All right, I meant that early.
Yeah.
So I screwed it up. Everybody, again.
That's all right. It takes practice.
I'm sorry, John. What did I do wrong that time? At that time, I did what? Since nobody's on yet. What did I?
That time you just hit too early. That's all right.
So you hit the first one, a little box pops up, right? And then never mind. Anybody who watched the beginning, it's me talking about John teaching me how to do something that's basic that he's been trying to train me on for weeks.
It's all good. You're fine. So.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of Russo's Recap. Clappy claps. Well, this one, I'm going to start it out. I'm going to let John do the Eagles game and the Eagles-Dallas game because, well, I kind of made him a promise. And, so he's going to handle that. So I don't say stuff that I shouldn't say about.
Well, we both were a little up and down about the game last night. We both got a little frustrated at times, but all in all, I think it was a very good game. When you break down the statistic-wise, the Eagles outplayed the Cowboys.
That is true, John. Look, guys. Let me tell you something. The game, okay, that John's going to talk about that we watched last night, it's way more entertaining than what I watched afterwards with John, which is the newest Halloween movie on Peacock, because it sucks. SUCKS sucks. Do not watch it. Sucks. Okay, everybody. So what I say sucks. All right.
Well,
right, John.
I did warn you about it. It was different than your normal Halloween movie, but this is Russo's Recap. We can talk about Halloween on Friday night if you want to talk
all
about
right,
it.
All right. But I just wanted to add that in there because I watched it after the game. And of course, also John had turned the TV off on me because I was watching the baseball game by Yankees on the other channel. And John goes, just turn it off.
So. Mike's very comical to watch a football game with. I will say that much. But there were times that I got mad and there's times that Mike got mad. But at the end of the night, we both had a fun night. It was nice hanging out for once.
We had a great time. John got to experience me at 3/4 volume, and it's he got so sick of me commenting on every 2 seconds.
No, but that's what true football fans do. I sometimes get animated, watch a game. Other times I just like to sit back and watch it. So
I know you're like the silent rage on the couch when you were sitting there. You were like the rage was building during certain times of the game.
Well, it gets frustrating, but to be expected when you're a Philadelphia sports fan. So
true. This is true. All right, John, we'll take it away. Why don't you just take it away with the Eagles game? It's all you, buddy.
I mean, the game was a lot closer than it said. We got King Uno in the building. Hello, King.
King Uno was in the house, King Uno.
That is my buddy Prince. You've probably seen Prince before. That is his gamer tag. He actually just started streaming again himself. I was just actually in his stream for a little bit before our show, showing him support. So
check him out. He's good.
He's a Call of Duty fan. He plays wrestling games. He's a all-around good streamer. Down to earth. Check him out. So
that's it. Bottom line, check him out.
Well, there's not much to talk about from the first quarter, but the second quarter was all Philly. Rush had a really bad second quarter through two, I guess, one interception. One wasn't his fault, but the other one, it was Darius Slay the whole way. You know that as much as I do. So the Eagles jumped ahead 20-3. But in true Philadelphia sports fashion, I would call it the tale of almost two halves. The whole third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter was all Dallas. Everyone can ask Mike. I was on the edge of my seat getting annoyed because we're playing more conservatively yet again when they have to play a full 60-minute game from start to finish and bury these teams. It almost cost us last night. But wasn't it for awesome defensive play by Brandon Graham and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson? Who knows if CeeDee Lamb catches that ball and runs for a 65, 70-yard touchdown? We're talking about an Eagles loss instead of an Eagles win. But Cooper Rush finished the game 18-31 for 181 yards, one touchdown, but the three interceptions. The three interceptions turned out to be key. Ezekiel Elliott held under 100 yards, had 13 carries for 81 yards, 6.2 average, and touchdown. My night is good. King, I guess you're still streaming yourself, so how's your night going? Mike's eating his dinner, so that's why I'm having the pleasure of talking about the Eagles first.
All right.
No, you're fine. But, yeah, Zeke had 13 carries for 81 yards, 6.2 average, and one touchdown, which was really a piss-poor play by the Eagles defense, missed tackles, galore, Mike can agree to that. There was 2 or 3 missed tackles on that play. It was just absolutely horrendous. And then Tony Pollard had 11 carries for 44 yards, 4 yards a carry. CeeDee Lamb was held in check pretty much all game, had 5 catches for 68 yards. And then the rookie tight end Jake Ferguson had 1 offensive catch for touchdown. He had 4 receptions for 40 yards. As Mike turned off his camera for a minute, that's fine. Then on the Philly side of the ball, Jalen Hurts was 15 to 25 for 155, 2 touchdowns, which the sum's not a very high amount, but it was efficient enough. He completed 60% of his passes, which is any day is good, but if you ask me, took a little too many hits. The offensive line in the second half, without Lane Johnson, didn't really crumble, but they were starting to get more pressured from Lawrence and Micah Parsons, who I said in the pregame show would be the difference on Dallas's defensive line. Miles Sanders finished the game with 18 carries for 71 yards, 3.9 average, and 1 touchdown, which was a nice up-the-middle run. I always love a north-south running back. Our 2 leading receivers, as usual, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, both had 5 catches. Both had a touchdown, which is also another good stat. A.J. Brown had 67 yards, while Devontae was held to 44 yards. But in the end of the day, the defense is what carried Eagles to this 26-17 victory to improve to 6-0.
You know what I enjoyed about that game? Watching Micah Parsons lose it.
Oh, that was great. Then you also had Trayvon Diggs get the unfortunately in the end zone after Devontae Smith's touchdown.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you who somebody should be fined. You got to find the guy that just absolutely tackled Kelsey.
They might, They did.
It wasn't a hit. It wasn't a hit. It wasn't a shoulder. It wasn't a push, a shove. It was a legitimate tackle to the ground. Like he speared him. Come on. That's got to be fine.
I agree.
Plus, the game was over. That's assault.
Yeah. But, Mike, what game would you like to jump into next?
Let's see. Let's do Bills Chiefs.
Another good game. The floor is yours.
The Bills and Chiefs game. I wasn't looking at the ending. Amused me only because it's like a typical Carson Wentz finish with the pick at the very end to win
Except
the game.
It wasn't Carson Wentz. Just let everybody know it was Patrick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Patrick Mahomes acted like Carson Wentz at the end of the game. There's that better? Because Carson Wentz is not in his league at all.
No.
Is that better? Oh my God, where's the box score? I'm gonna bring it up. Here we go. I mean, Allen was good. He was flawless too, man. Pretty good. 27 to 40, 329, 8.2 yard average. I stopped watching this game, so I watched most of it. Let me see what Mahomes did. Oh, Mahomes got picked twice. That's not good. Turnovers will kill you. Yeah. No rushing game whatsoever. John, what do you got to say about this rushing game? Kansas City had no. Look at this rushing. There's nobody. 68 yards for the whole game. That's not good.
Well, the Buffalo is a top-tier defense, so you got to pick and choose if you're going to attack on the ground or attack in the air. So,
well, Singletary did awesome for the and so did Allen is backing up. Man, those two almost rushed by themselves without Cook there. 125 yards is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Diggs, he does what he does. I mean, it's obviously beat him through the air. I honestly don't know. John may know. I don't know player by player the Chiefs' defense.
They got a couple good people. Chris Jones, Chandler. No, not Chandler Jones, but they do have some good defensive players, but it's not the same defense as it once was when they were dominant on both sides of the ball.
That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah, Jones, the guy you just brought up, had a sack. He's the only one that had a sack on the quarterback.
And it shouldn't even have been a sack, honestly.
Oh, really?
He tripped him. It wasn't called.
Remember that call? Hey, Dallas, if you want to blame anybody for your loss, you should also, fans that are out there, should have a look at your sideline, not challenging a very obvious first down. I don't know what your coaching staff was doing.
No, that was definitely a game changer. Plus, they rushed up to the field, rushed up to the line for that play. You have the legit time to take a delay of the game penalty. or take a timeout so you have a chance to review it. I don't know why they didn't do that.
I had no clue. I don't understand that at all. Anyways, the Buffalo beat the Chiefs down the stretch. Obviously, like I said before, Mahomes got picked off, and I was making a bad reference to Carson Wentz again. Oh, by the way, while we're talking about Carson Wentz, he's out for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes. He is.
His pinky finger. Is that what it is?
Ring finger.
Ring finger. I've thrown the football. I have baby hands, so I could never have ever been at any level of quarterback. Look at these hands. I can't fit around a football. Are you kidding me? Anyways, so I've thrown one, and I know what it's like to throw. To throw it, I'm in no way comparing myself to some of these players, but with a finger injury to me, and I'm gonna, if anybody sees, I'm gonna get blasted for this, but it does it. It seems like you could fix that and then throw. Still, even if it's, I don't know.
It depends on your grip. If it's your throwing hand, it's a lot different because you use your fingers to grip the ball. True. It's the same almost like injury that Dak Prescott is coming back from.
Same thing.
Except Prescott was a thumb. The question is just ring finger, but both still on the throwing hand.
Well, thumb, I can understand more of the thumb than I can the ring finger. If you don't, I mean, then you only got your. I mean, you're right, John.
It depends on how you grip a football.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're right. I'm always wrong.
No, I'm just saying I was a quarterback in high school. I was JV quarterback.
Oh, you were a quarterback. Oh, cool, John. Well, then lend more insight. That's perfect. You're lending more insight because I would not have known any of that if you hadn't said it.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it depends on how you grip a football. All 5 fingers are very crucial for gripping a football, honestly.
Well, I never played sports in school because, well, I'm not very athletic. But I have become very good at bowling, though not lately.
I'm still average myself. I'm not where I should be, but 223 last Saturday. I will take credit for that, but I could do a lot better.
I bowled finally a good game on Wednesday and helped me win $70, which my family spent in 3 days. But yeah. So let's go to, and since we were talking about him, we might as well pop it up here. Commanders-Bears game. I don't really have much to tell you guys in the way of that game. I didn't even watch the highlights. I'll be honest with you. It's a recap show, but that game just did not interest me. So
I was a snooze fest.
Yeah. So, John,
that game was absolutely boring. I don't know what Amazon paid the NFL, but if I'm Amazon, I'm getting a refund for these horrible games.
Horrible.
The past 2 weeks between Indianapolis and Denver, and then this past Thursday night, 1 touchdown in 2 games.
I would have lost for words because the game was that bad. I mean, I didn't even watch the highlights. It just seemed so boring. I mean, look at this. Wentz passed for 99 yards at 50% passing and got sacked 3 times. Whereas Fields, he get 190. At least he did better. He still got picked once, but that's what we do. TD got sacked a lot, though. I didn't know Washington's defense had that kind of pop to it, but I guess it does.
The one highlight of the night, the one and only touchdown was by Washington. It was a running back, Brian Robinson Jr. And if you know anything about Brian Robinson Jr., he's a rookie draft pick this year, but he spent the first 4 weeks coming back from gunshot wounds. He was hijacked in an attempted carjacking, was shot, I think, 2 or 3 times in his leg. So to come back from that in less than 2-3 months is absolutely a miracle. I'm happy to see him back on the field. That is a very scary situation to say, endured. So,
yeah, I agree with John. It's glad that for all 3 bullets hit nothing. No cartilage, no bone. He got extremely. Artis especially. He was blessed, and that's good. I'm glad that he made a speedy recovery and he's already produced it on the field. John knows more about him as a rookie. Obviously, I'm up on some things, but not a lot, not all things. Well, thanks. I have more to say about that because the Chicago. I don't think we should spend any more time on Washington, Chicago.
No.
That game could go away. All right, wait. Let's go down here. All right, here we go. What is with this game? What is with the Falcons 49ers? Are you kidding me? Mariota outplayed Garoppolo. I don't care that they were at home. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Atlanta should never have won this game. I don't even know how this was competitive.
Probably another defensive game, man.
I don't know. Atlanta's 3-3. I expected them to be much worse. Well, at least at this stage of the fact that they won 3 is amazing to me.
More the crazy thing is that's why it's fun. The NFL is a very unpredictable league.
That is true.
But turnovers again. Garoppolo had 2 interceptions. That's like the difference right there.
Oh yeah, turnovers suck. They really suck for your teams, guys. If you didn't know.
I mean,
sorry guys, more eating.
Let the viewers assemble. Well, welcome in, Andrea. Happy Monday to you. Thanks for
Andrea. Hi, Andrea. That's awesome. Let the viewers assemble. This is good, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe that people know that Andrea's in the chat. Maybe we'll get more people to pop in. Andrea is very popular.
That is true, and she is extremely popular.
So,
just her presence is awesome.
I mean, the Niners didn't have much of a rushing game.
Hey, Andrea. I'm eating dinner, Andrea. I apologize for that. And I'm having shaved, so.
Ryan Newt had his best game of his career, 83 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Also, I miss you, Andrea. I can't wait till Friday to see you. Or if you come in tomorrow for trivia. I want to see you. I miss you.
But,
yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, you're right. I guess you have to say it right. The 2 defenses play a good game. I mean, it's just I don't know how the Falcons. I don't know. Get it done. Hey, I don't know. Get it done. I'm eating pasta and garlic bread that my wife made. Garlic bread.
I guess it has turned into
garlic bread.
Food channel discussion more than a football show. That's okay.
And who's eating pasta and who's eating garlic bread with me? Master Chief.
As always.
As always.
I mean, Mariota only had to throw the ball 14 times. That's pretty impressive and actually win a game.
But look at the rushing back. I mean, Orlando rushed for a total of 168 yards. I mean, San Francisco has no rushing game.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they missing somebody? Sorry, aren't they missing somebody?
Cordell Patterson.
Thanks, Andrea. I'm slowly eating it.
What exciting games happened over the weekend? Well, I'm waiting for Mike to finish his lovely dinner so he can go on the tirade. So I'll jump in the next surprising game of the weekend. The New York Football Jets beating the Green Bay Packers 27-10 in Green Bay.
I'm bringing that up.
Like I am blown away that the Jets of all teams went into Green Bay and won by 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry if my best friend Kristen is watching. She's a diehard Green Bay Packers fan, but Kristen, you guys need to do something with Aaron Rodgers really bad.
Kristen, your team should have destroyed them. Jets suck. I don't care about their record. They suck.
It was tied 3-3 at halftime, but then the second half, the Jets outscored the Packers 24-7. That's horrible. Like Breece Hall, the rookie running back, went the best game of the season so far by far for him. 20 carries, 116 yards, 5.8 average, and a touchdown. And then Braxton Burrows, who's a wide receiver, had 1 carry, 20 yards, and a touchdown. So that's probably 2 gadget plays they used, and it worked because Zach Wilson only threw the ball 18 times. Again, like
I'm here, John. I'm John. I still want chewing in everybody's ear, so I muted it.
So it just shows you that you don't need to pass in this league to win.
No, you don't. No, you're right, John. It does. I'm not a Jet. Okay, look, I'm not a Jets fan. I'm not a Packers fan. But being an objective football, I would think that the Green Bay Packers would easily stomp the Jets. Now, why is this? Because the Green Bay Packers have shut down some good teams. So I don't know how to go from good teams to this. I just don't know. I don't think the Jets have improved. I don't think the Jets are as good as their record. Okay, I think Green Bay is not as bad as their record. So,
yeah, the Packers are a more superior team than the Jets, but the Jets are 4-2.
That's true, but I mean, Green Bay had no rushing game whatsoever. I mean, look at that; it was horrible.
That is horrible considering they have 2 good power backs in Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon.
No, and you're right. They did win. But what I just said was I don't think the Jets are as good as their 4-2 record. I don't think the Packers are. I think the Packers are better than their 3-3 record. That's all. That's what I'm saying. I just don't. Should be, but I'm just saying that's what I don't think the Jets make the playoffs. Sorry. No.
Hey, just put it to you this way: if the season would have ended today, the Jets would be the 5 seed in the AFC.
Be quiet, Andrea.
Just putting it out there. So, but
I'm only kidding, Andrea.
I think what the Packers need
Let-
is a wide receiver.
No, this is look, Andrea. That's funny.
Oh, she's rooting for the Lions and the Texans this year. That's what she means by underdog.
She had 2 was great to 0. What are you talking about? That's just you taking a jibe at. I was complaining about the 2 or 3 or what. Never mind.
But
that 0 reference went over my head, I guess, then.
The Packers need a perennial wide receiver. You cannot rely on Allen Lazard and expect to win every game.
No, you can't. I agree.
Like, look, their tight end, Robert Tonyan, had 10 catches, and their number 1 wide receiver only had 4.
Good point, Joe.
So, I think that's Green Bay's one weakness right now is the wide receiver room. They can get a wide receiver by the trade deadline, sign somebody off the street. You'll see a flip. Rodgers depends on his passing game. So, but the Jets also sacked Rodgers 4 times.
Yes, they did.
So,
I'm telling you, we're able to segue right into your wide receiver. Let's talk about the Cardinals. Cardinals just got a trade from the Panthers for their lead wide receiver.
Yeah, one day after he got benched by the Carolina Panthers. So, I know my other group chat that I talk with, they're a group of guys. One actually graduated from Temple where Robbie Anderson went. So he's been lobbying since yesterday that the Panthers should trade Robbie Anderson and give us to him in Philly.
I understand totally, Andrew.
So, but yeah, it wasn't much of a trade. I think the Cardinals gave up 2 draft picks.
6 and a 7.
Yeah, a 6 and a 7 in 24 and 25. So now they have a nice number 2 wide receiver. Plus, now coming back this week, they got DeAndre Hopkins coming back.
Man, the Seahawks crushed Murray. Good Lord. So did both teams had 11 sacks totals between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
They got hammered a lot, both of them. People wanted that controversy. Murray had that put in his contract about doing film study and all that stuff, and everybody wanted to get all butthurt. And then so they took it out of there to stop the controversy. Oh, but now it looks like maybe he should be doing more film and stuff like that. Just saying.
I mean, he's also your leading rusher, though, Colin. 10 carries for 100 yards on the nose.
You can't have your quarterback be the lead rusher and win. That's never been proven ever.
No. I mean, but they also possibly lost Marquise Brown for the rest of the year. They're waiting for the MRI results to come back. So to go out and address that right away could turn out to be a pretty smart move.
No, he's not out the season. They posted an update.
Did they?
He's out 5 to 6 weeks, I think.
But still, that's a.
He has a broken bone in his foot, but he doesn't have any ligament damage.
Well, that's good, but
they
still need help at wide receiver. I mean, you got Zach at your tight end. You're getting DeAndre Hopkins back, but like,
how big a change do you think Hopkins will make?
I think he'll step in and be who he used to be.
Well, I don't know what's going on. My sister's got somebody over, or my daughter has somebody over.
Gotcha.
Ertz is doing pretty good for him.
Yeah, if you continue to lose your 2 and 4 right now, do you look to maybe see if you can get some type of compensation, or do you hold on to Zach Ertz, who's going to be a free agent after this year?
Ooh, I didn't know about his contract. I think Ertz can still play in the NFL, so he's going to get somebody's going to take him.
Yeah,
he's still a good player.
A playoff-bound team to get another chance at winning before you hang it up. So
you think they should blow this team up?
I wouldn't say blow it up, but if you can get some capital.
I agree with you, John.
So
I'm looking at all this stuff. I mean,
but the Seahawks, they've been in every single game they've played in. They're a very competitive team, so this victory doesn't surprise me. They might have found their future at running back with Kenneth Walker III, 21 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
Is he a rookie, John?
I believe so, yes.
I'll hit him and say he is a rookie.
He was a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
So, I mean, Seattle and Denver always find a good underrated running back, but what Seattle is also known for is finding good underrated wide receivers in the draft. So
the draft picks, I mean, you've seen surprise picks from all different levels of the draft. I understand first and second, maybe third round, or even fourth. You're getting a guy that's got upside or immense upside or whatever. I think a lot of players get chosen in the NFL draft that are at their peak in their last year of football, which is their junior or senior year. Or can you jump after 2 years now? You can, right, John?
yes, you can
So
go pro after your sophomore.
I should know that already. God, how that fact's been around forever. I'm stupid. Maybe I shouldn't do recaps, guys.
You're fine.
But I just think something on this guy's peak in college. Look at Bosworth, peaked in college.
Yeah.
Time he got to the pros, he played so hard in the college that when he got to the pros, he was like already beat up. They said like a 30-year-old man at his position by that age. So just let you know.
But no, the Seahawks could come back. The way the Rams and the 49ers are playing, the NFC West is wide open.
Oh yeah,
so
the Rams are a disappointment, but personally. So we'll go over to that game. Well, yeah, this hangover continues. All right, now I'm watching. Now I got the box score pulled up for. Let's look at Carolina and the Rams. You see, 60 yards passing.
Well, keep in mind that the Panthers were under an interim head coach this week. They were the first team in the NFL this season to fire their head coach and Matt Rule. And now their interim head coach is Steve Wilkes, who I would say is still an unproven coach. He has a chance to be a good coach. He's a good defensive coach. So it's curious to see how this team progresses over the rest of the season. Like, this is a team that you might see blow it all up. Because right now they had Philip Walker start this game, then I think he got knocked out. And another quarterback who really hasn't played that much in Jacob Easton, who was good at Washington, but really hasn't translated his game to the pro level. And then they still have Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold on the roster at quarterback. So,
what do you do with Akers?
Well, that's on the Rams side of it, but I'm still talking about the Panthers.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see, so now that they unloaded Robbie Anderson, their number one wide receiver, well, number two, because they still got DJ Moore. If they can get the right price, don't be surprised if they move Christian McCaffrey too. I think that would be the shocker on the NFL that Christian McCaffrey is moved. But he has such a low cap hit for the next 2-3 years that a team could jump in and offer multiple draft picks and be able to pick them up. So
I think the Eagles are going to get Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, right. Keep eating your pasta and keep dreaming, okay?
Wouldn't that be awesome, though?
As much as I would say I would absolutely love it, there's no financial way you could afford it.
Sure you can. Look at the Golden State Warriors.
There's a difference in the NFL in pro basketball.
It's funny, John.
Pro basketball, if you're over the cap, you pay a luxury tax. Where the NFL, if you are over the cap, you got to dump players till you get under that cap.
And the funny thing is, John, we were talking about this yesterday about the Warriors. It's funny. Do basketball for a second, folks. The Golden State Warriors president addressed that today, saying he'll worry about the taxes when they come. Reporters questioned him about how much money he's spending.
Yeah, well, did you see what the estimate tax was?
Yes, I did. It's huge.
Yeah, $452 million.
If
I had $452 million to cover a bill, hey, here you go.
I know. It's such a big number. It's crazy.
But,
sorry, guys.
I'm looking at this box score, and like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players for the Los Angeles Rams registered at least one carry on the box score for rushing attack.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
8 different players. Well, you can't really count Stafford because they were 2 near downs, but 7 different players that attempted one running play.
Yeah, receivers in there and everything. Powell's in there. Cups in there.
It's crazy.
They have no. I mean, look how many people it took to just rush 111 yards.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now you're trying to find someone who can replace a Cam Akers just in case he is done with the team because he had a verbal confrontation with Sean McVay and Cam Akers. That's the real reason why he sat out. So
Why is
don't
this?
be.
Okay, go ahead. I was going to ask you a question built on that. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that just don't be surprised if Cam Akers is another player that's on the move this week. I think the Rams are now actively shopping him as well. So
The show is rechristened the Russo Dinner Eating Show.
yeah. But no, the go back
Sorry,
to the Rams.
everybody. Sorry, everybody.
So, you knew that we were
All right.
starting at 8:30, so it's your fault. But I'm just kidding.
It is my fault. Got a late dinner. Akers, you think he's gone then? Who does he go to, John? If he's out of there, who do they trade? Who do they get? What team do they target? Did they go after McCaffrey? They go after McCaffrey? Do they trade for him?
A lot of people said that you could probably get McCaffrey for Akers and a couple picks. But I mean, if you want to just swap running backs, then yeah, I'd give Carolina a call and see if McCaffrey wants to come out west. When he's healthy, McCaffrey is a versatile back. He's a good back rusher. He's a good back out of the backfield. So if you can do that and not give up too much, because right now the Rams don't have many draft picks from trying to build this super team.
No, the super team era is over. For the Rams, I mean, for the Rams are people gone. You don't have Odell Beckham who came over. That was huge. You don't no longer have he went to Buffalo. You no longer have thank you, Von Miller. So you're missing some key components there. I mean, Von Miller opened up stuff for Darnold and other people. And now with him gone, there's the only person you got double team is Darnold. So
yeah, and then they're not getting the production out of Allen Robinson they thought they were going to get it, because that's who they signed to replace Odell Beckham Jr. and he hasn't been doing much yet.
No, you were talking about that last night, actually.
So I mean, he had 5 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown, but that's not the same Allen Robinson who played in Chicago all those years. So
That's true.
Just very underperforming.
No, I hear you, John. Definitely. What about this game, John? Are the Patriots this good or the Browns this bad?
I would say that the Patriots got lucky. I mean, they did it with a third-string quarterback again, and Bailey Zapp, who's a rookie out of Western Kentucky this year. I just think they came in that game with momentum after winning the game last week and just caught Cleveland off guard. Plus, there's a lot more distraction involved in Cleveland now because Deshaun Watson's starting to come back in the building. There was another civil suit filed from another woman. So, Cleveland's distracted right now by Deshaun Watson and his legal troubles.
That's true. Personally, I wouldn't have given him the contract they gave him until that crap was cleared up. And it doesn't look cleared up at all. The original girl who pressed the claim is still there. And now all these ones are settled. Now you have another new one. Now look.
Which makes number 26.
John doesn't like to get too political or into the social conscious. And he's made that clear on this starting out this endeavor with the podcast. So I'm not here to say whether, if you look at it, the situation is bad. I'm just going to summarize it. I'm not going to get into it like I was going to get into a little bit. I'm just going to summarize it. I don't know. You should have that stuff taken care of before you hand him a humongous contract. There's some definite shadiness over there, and it should have been investigated more. Honestly, I think he should have got a year suspension, if not more, because that horrid behavior is as bad as the women that came forward said. I don't think he needs to be playing in the NFL personally. So that's me. That's me. Without getting too political, like John says, or too socially conscious. And what I mean by socially conscious, John just doesn't want to go off on issues like that are sensitive and where you could get a lot of backlash and stuff like that. We're here to have fun. That's what John always says. We're here to have fun.
Amen.
So, okay. Well, this is the only thing about here that really surprised me. I'm a big Nick Chubb fan. I don't understand how he's not getting more carries.
Well, because you
12
still
carries.
Hunt. You still have another running back in that locker room who takes carries from him, and Kareem Hunt.
I'm going to ignore the guy who ran for 2 yards. Chubb and Hunt together rushed for 68 yards. okay, a 1-2 combination should be doing a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Well, my opinion. I mean, I don't know if John, if you don't think that. I just think,
I mean, they spell both backs. They use both backs. You get multiple carries from both Chubb and Hunt. Like, you gotta decide who's your premier back. And Cleveland doesn't do that. They split the time 50-50, which sometimes is good, sometimes it's bad. Because if your number one back's getting 4, 5, 6 yards to carry, and then you pull him out for 2, 3 plays, now he's lost that momentum. Philly does the same thing. Miles Sanders could easily be a 5 to 6 yard carry back, but they're constantly rotating 2, 3 backs in that offense.
as you were telling me last night.
So,
just tell you, here's why I keep throwing things about night is not only giving you insight, but Mr. Knast is always, his mind's always working 24 through 65 on just like football. I'm telling you, he knows a lot of stuff.
well, when you study the game, and for many, many years, my parents always used to laugh at me. Oh, who is that we just drafted? And I just spill off everything. And they look at me like, who are you? Like, what'd you do with my son? Like,
I mean, John not only knows positions of and rookies pretty much throughout the league. Pretty much, he's probably about 95, 96%. He also knows what college they went to, the scheme they were in. I mean, he knows everything. I applaud John because he is extremely really good at that.
Thank you, appreciate that. It comes
No
with
problem.
the
You're awesome. Okay, so we'll get off of this game. So I don't know. Are the Patriots? So the question answered, John. Are the Patriots that good, or is Cleveland that bad?
I just think it was a surprise game. I think they caught Cleveland.
Okay, so that's all right. That's fine. We can go with that. Also, as you know, as I'm not a big fan of, I'm not into Brissett throwing 45 attempts. John, what is with these quarterbacks? Some of them, 34 is a nice number right there, 35ish. Why you got to go for? I don't throw it at 45 times at less than 50%.
Because you fall behind in games, and how you think you got to get back in the games is by throwing the ball constantly.
Oh, you're right. We talked about that last night with the Eagles game too.
So it depends on how you come into fruition. You either get ahead and you can go back into running the ball more, or if you fall behind, then you got to pass it.
Agreed.
Good evening, Curtis. Thanks for popping in.
Curtis is here.
Curtis is
here. Curtis, there's a game I've been saving to go over. There's a game that I'm saving.
I mean, if you want to go over it now, I'll sit back with my hands folded and let you have the floor.
What do I want to do? You know what? I want to give you a break right now, Tyler. Okay, you know, I'm really not going to say anything else, all right? At least at this very exact moment. Okay. Well, let's go. Here we go into the Bucs-Pittsburgh game. I don't know what to say, man. Your team absolutely incredibly sucks, okay? You have your quarterback yelling at his offense, which produced no results other than controversy this morning. Your team can't beat the Steelers. They have Trubisky and Pickett. You have Tom Brady, who bitches in his line. Yeah, you deserve to lose. You deserve to lose. If you're going to have that much turmoil, Tom Brady's not acting like a professional, okay? Let me get away from the slur, the stuff like Tyler's a great guy, everybody. I'm just giving Tyler a hard time. Tampa Bay is his team, okay? I'm only doing that. I mean it in fun. I like Tyler a lot. But you can't – every team that I get here about Tampa Bay being it's right around the corner, this loss, we can rebound from this. How can you have Brady publicly yelling at his offense? You can't do that. It produced no results, and they still lost. Brady has to be the professional. He's been there the most. And people – I don't call him the GOAT. But to most of the world, he's the GOAT. If you won 7 rings, okay, 7 rings, you got to handle it better than that, okay? You got to handle it better than that, okay? So that's all I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm going to say. And they didn't play a good game, obviously. They didn't play a good game. That's what I'm going to say, Tyler. I'm going to let you off. You know, I got you a little bit there, but I'm going to lay it off. Your team just needs to step up. I don't know why he's not being more of a veteran. If he's going to yell at his team, explain to his team. Don't just yell like, oh, you need to do this. I mean, whatever. He's a long way from where he used to be when he bought rings for his offensive line when he's with Patriots. I mean, I don't see him doing that again, but I'm just saying. You just can't be yelling at your fellow offensive players. Go ahead, John.
No, all I'm going to say is the feed off you, like you're right, he needs to be a veteran, for one. But I read an article last night that's very disturbing. You talk about a 45-year-old guy who's going through a lot of personal problems. I get it. But even before those personal problems, he skipped all training camp. He skips every Wednesday at practice. And then this past week, skips Thursday, Friday, and gets to late Saturday, so he has no practice time, doesn't go to any meetings, skips the walkthroughs, and flies. He doesn't even travel with the team because he had a surprise gala wedding for Robert Kraft in New York City Friday night that him and half the New England Patriots of old took part in. So Tom Brady didn't even travel with the team from Tampa Bay to Pittsburgh. Like, how could you be a Hall of Fame quarterback, team player, and then you're gonna not do the fundamental team stuff and expect to still have results on Sunday? You don't. So Tom Brady needs to stop thinking he's a 45-year-old party animal and get back to business. And that's what helped him so many years was his preparation for these games. Tom Brady's a smart quarterback, but
I'll give him that.
Skip Wednesday and then skip meetings and walkthroughs. On Sundays, you're going to see that result of you not being there. If you want to be a team captain, prove it. You're yelling and cursing at your offensive line on the sideline does not help. If I'm an offensive tackle for you and you're going to sit there and yell at me, but you're not going to show up during the week, I'm just going to say Olay and let the defensive end knock you out. And when I get fined for it, I'm going to tell them, well, look who didn't show up to a meeting this week. Where was he all week? Like, an NFL game is started preparations on Monday, Tuesday.
That's really big of you, Curtis. Not to introduce. I'm sorry, John, I interrupted you. I just wanted to say that's big of you. That's big of you, Curtis. At least you're understanding the flaws with him, just with him. That's not with the team, totally, just with him. Well, sorry, John. I'm sorry, John.
Curtis is a Dolphins fan.
Oh, he is?
Yes. Curtis
I thought Curtis was Tampa Bay. What?
He likes Tom Brady, but Curtis is a Miami fan.
Oh, sorry, Curtis. All these times. I thought you were mostly a Tampa Bay fan.
No, Curtis is a big Miami Dolphins fan.
Sorry, Curtis.
But he's right. Like, you're in your mid-40s. You're going through a really high-profile divorce right now. Just say I'm done. You have $100 million waiting for you when you retire anyway, when you go into this new TV contract that you're doing.
There it is, Curtis. There it is. There's his true alliance.
So, Curtis is absolutely right. His time is up. It's been a hell of a career. You've won 7 rings. What more do you need to prove? Nothing. But you're still bitter and annoyed that you lost 3 Super Bowls, 1 to a backup quarterback, and then 2 to the New York Giants. Get over it. You're Hall of Fame. You're going to be in the first year that you're eligible. Just call it quits. So
I mean, think about this, okay? The Tampa Bay, just to touch a little more on it. There's a reason why, okay, his tight end buddy did not tell everybody, I'm not coming back. He goes, even if Tom calls me personally, offers me whatever, he's not coming back. There's a reason why he's not coming back, okay? He's proven a lot as a tight end. He's been great. He was a friend of Tom, helped him win another ring with Tampa Bay outside of the Patriots. But, I mean, even he knew it was time to hang it up, okay? And if you guys don't think Gronkowski hasn't been hit a lot in the head, listen to him in an interview, okay? I'm sorry. He's a great, one of the greatest tight ends. I will give him that. He was one of the greatest tight ends. Could catch, could block. He could do everything. A very, very good tight end. But he's been hit a lot in his head. I'm not saying he's losing his mind, but he's taken a few to the head, and you can tell. And I don't mean that as a negative. I mean, he's a great guy. I hope he comes back to WWE wrestling. He has signed a 2-year deal with them. But I guess he had an out clause about football. He went back to help Tom Brady. That's what I've read. I don't know if that's 100% truth. With the news, things, they get messed up. But that's what I'm saying about that. Okay, he wouldn't come back, and that just tells you something. Okay, not that he doesn't like Brady. Please, guys, don't take me the wrong way here. Gronkowski, great tight end. Tom Brady, the greatest. I was talking. He's the greatest. He's the greatest game manager of all time. He's not the greatest QB of all time, and I know you guys, well, it's the same. Trust me. Sunday, one of these recaps, I'll explain why that is. But Tom Brady, greatest way of time. That guy has never made a ton of mistakes. He always makes the right call. He does do that like that. But there's some things that I consider in the quarterback's thing that he doesn't do. And people are going to say they're in the same, but to me, they're not. But yeah, like John nailed every single point. I'm more of the, hey, trash talk guy about this. But no, even I got serious. it's just the way it is. And John broke it down perfect. That's exactly what's happening. He needs to move on. Arians was right when he went up because he get a new coach with a new quarterback, and then Tom decides to come back. I think the disrupted stuff, like John said, he's bringing in a ton of baggage from the offseason. Even if he wanted to keep playing, keep out the year of your distractions, and then come back for one final year with Tampa. If you wanted to do that, I don't know.
John? No, not Tampa took a quarterback very high in the draft, and Kyler say this, Kyle Trask could be a starter in the NFL by someone like Tom Brady who has nothing to prove. All you're doing is hurting that kid's growth. Sure, he's learning from one of the best quarterbacks of all time, but until he can actually step on a field, you don't know what that kid has. It's the same thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. New England drafted Garoppolo in the second round to learn from Tom Brady. What did Garoppolo have in New England? Maybe 4 or 5 starts? Because Brady's selfishness doesn't want to give it up. It's time, Tom. Just go.
That's true. Sorry, John. Belichick, literally Garoppolo was his choice. You're right, John. It was Kraft that made them keep Brady. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's mind-blowing.
A normal coach. Sorry, John, go on. I interrupt you.
No, Brady's only been on 2 teams his whole entire career. Okay? The Patriots drafted 4 quarterbacks as successors to Tom Brady. And none of them have ever stepped foot on a football field because of Tom Brady not giving it up. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, they signed Blaine Gabbert, who's not really an NFL-style quarterback, but then late in the second round, they draft a kid that could become the starter in Kyle Trask. But Tom Brady, being Tom Brady, doesn't want to give this game up. So now that kid's losing 2-3 years of his rookie contract, being inactive every Sunday, just standing on the sideline because you have a 45-year-old guy who thinks he's still 20.
And he's not and all the stuff you said he's missing, John. He's not even really mentoring him.
No.
He's not there to mentor him. So what is he learning? He's learning how to bitch at his offensive line.
But he has no grounds to do that because you're not there during the week.
Here's a question for everybody out there that gets this. I want to know something that I should just look up my own. I'm going to ask the audience out here. Okay. The QB. Now, does the QB know absolutely every blocking assignment before he calls a play or makes an audible?
He should.
And the play you do, I guess, but what, like, do they know that if I run a slant, this guy's supposed to be here, 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 and here? Do they always, is that?
Whenever you study film, you see that. When you study game film, you learn defensive techniques because you get to see it on a big, giant 100-inch screen, and the coach freezes it, and you can study how defensive linemen are lining up on certain formations. But when you're not in meetings or stuff, you don't see that. You gotta treat every game like you're.
Look at Curtis.
I'm reading it. You gotta treat every game as you're a rookie. This game has evolved so much since Tom Brady has come into the league. You figure Tom Brady came into the league, what, 1998, 97, somewhere around there? That's 25 years. And look how much the game has evolved. It's evolved, but Tom Brady's still thinking he's back a 22-year-old kid that he can go out and party and skip meetings and stuff like that. It's going to catch up to him. And if he keeps chewing out his offensive line, I guarantee it, they're going to stop playing for him. Everyone says they love to play for Tom Brady, but me personally, you're not going to show up every single week. You have no grounds to sit there and curse me out for nothing. I'm a professional just like you are. Treat me like a professional and stop treating me like a baby. So Curtis is absolutely spot on that Tom Brady is learning to be a baby.
I changed the name of my name, John, from my nickname to the last name. Okay. So I'm up there. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, I just Tom Brady needs to grow up, be a true leader that you have been in the last 20+ years in this league.
Yeah, I said earlier, John, I know you agree with this. Arians took a front office job to give his new coach with a new QB a chance to start getting it going. And he steps in, and that's what he does.
Yeah. Well, people aren't really good Todd Bowles reliever anyway, so.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you, Curtis.
110% agree with that. I would stop playing. He already lost his all-pro center, Ryan Jansen, for the year. And if Brady doesn't get his head screwed back on tight, he's going to lose his. Because that offensive line is not going to put up with this shit.
I won't. John's right. And we've seen it in the NFL before about lines quitting on quarterbacks.
Oh, plenty of times.
And it's happened a ton of times, and you can't go yell. He's a long way off from when he bought rings. He bought Rolexes or what it was for his offensive line. It's good. I mean, at that time, they had the best offensive line in football for a number of years, I should say, with the Patriots.
Yeah, it's classless and it's senseless. That's what it is.
Yeah, now, I don't mean to keep going back to him. You're right. I mean, the future needs to be him gone. But, so move on. So
the game's just not the same as it once was when he came into the league.
No, it wasn't. But Tom Brady, I hate to give him credit for this, but him being injured changed a lot of rules about how quarterbacks are touched. So
I'm not going to disagree with that, and there's still a lot of controversy around a lot of that today.
What's that, John? I'm sorry?
I said there's still a lot of controversy over those rule changes that you can thank Tom Brady for.
You can. Yes, definitely. Quarterbacks, all that stuff in the ground, like when a quarterback's getting in the ground, hits, clothesline, all that stuff was taken out of the game. You get 2 steps, maybe nowadays, or you call with a foul. Mm-hmm. Some people ask for fouls and there's no reason. Like last night, freaking Chase Woodley. Is it Chase, right? Woodley, I got that right?
What, from what team?
Dallas. Isn't that Chase Woodley? Who's a quarterback? Chase?
Cooper Rush.
Oh my God, guys. I'm no longer doing Russo's recap. It'll be Mr. Knast with all the football names. I'll see you guys later. I'm out of here. Okay, remember the quarterback, guys. This is not a show to watch if you expect facts from me. Unless I'm reading them.
You said it, bro.
But John's right. He's out here doing this, right? And John's like, he didn't even touch the face mask, right? We're watching him. He doesn't come anywhere near it. He's like, the football player's here. He's nowhere near the helmet at all.
No.
There's a big close-up of his face. Anyways.
And I'm sure if Sam was watching, he would agree that
it was
a great call.
Yeah,
Sam's not MIA like usual, so.
Sam, shout out to Sam. Sorry the Cowboys lost. I'm not really sorry they lost, but they lost. And I'm sure I being friends. Stop. I haven't yelled at Sam at all. I just tell Sam it'll probably be a different game at home. You guys will be hyped. Your crowd's going to be hyped. Everything's going to be much, much better. I'm not. What did I tell you? I'm not doing anything, John. Why you got to yell at me?
Okay, well, we might actually be doing another special pregame show this Sunday because Mr. Simmons will actually be at his first ever Cowboys game at the new stadium. So I have asked if he would want to do like a little tailgate show like I did in Washington Sunday morning. So
yes, that would be fun.
I'm waiting to hear back from him, finally yes or no. But I did put the offer on the table, so we'll see.
Enough about Tom Brady, I guess, right, John?
Yep.
And what was I going to say? Sam, all my stuff was rated G there. I don't know why John's getting all mad at me.
Oh, because you called Cooper Chase Woodley.
That's true. Actually, John should just take over because I don't even know who's quarterback in the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, as of now, it's Cooper Rush, but they expect back in a couple of weeks. However, I did make a comment on a post today that if that comes back and struggles, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Cooper Rush back in that starting lineup by the end of the season.
If he had gone undefeated, maybe, but he didn't go undefeated as a quarterback.
Dude, he's lost one game. So, what's up, Trey? Thanks for popping in. That's my buddy Trey. He's showing some support.
What's up, Trey? Oh, yeah. Look at that picture of Trey, man. He looks all intimidating.
He's another video game streamer that you can find on Twitch. That is actually his gamer tag on Twitch. He's a big Fortnite player. So
let's put it back up. Right here. He's undefeated. He's never been beaten. He's never been beat on Fortnite. This guy's undefeated right here, folks.
Oh,
undefeated.
I want to say he's undefeated, but he's pretty damn nasty at some of the snipe shots. I was watching him and hanging out with him for a little bit today. My man can shoot.
I'm gonna have to watch your stream. What is it? What's this? Wait, what? What do I call him? Native Alter? I don't want to call him. What should I call him, John? Native Alter?
Oh, Trey.
All right,
Native
as long as you don't mind, Trey. I don't want to mess up your gamer tag and look like an idiot.
That's all right.
But I would love to see you play, man. I'll have to watch you play. I'm not a big Fortnite fan, but Since you're undefeated, I got to check you out.
His snipes are dirty.
I can imagine. I suck at that game.
But I just appreciate him popping in. So he's a good looks, guys. Much love.
Hey, thanks, Trey. That's very nice. Appreciate it.
I mean, I've always said, like, my King Uno, who was in here earlier, is another streamer. Anytime you have streamers go into other people's stream, show, whatever, it shows report. It's a respect thing. So, like, yeah, like, you can find my normal page, but then I also have my show page. I'll go in someone else's stream and show them support. So I always say streamers stick together. So now that I'm part of that community, to have, like, Trey come in with his game, King with his page. Like, it's just a streaming community always has each other's back. So if you ever start streaming and you have your own page, you go into these people's streams, show them support. They're going to come back and show it to you right back. Just something to keep in mind. So it's all one big happy family, Mike.
Oh, I know. It always is. All right, let's move on. We got like 3 or 4 more games here. Let's go over to Colts and Jaguars, John. Let's head over that way. Now,
this was actually a really good game from what I read.
I appreciate everything that Matt Ryan has done in the game. And can he still play? Yes. Should he be thrown 58 times? No. But like John said earlier with other games, you got to do what you got to do. But I think that's way too many times for him to be throwing 58 times. That's just – I know he didn't get picked, and I know he didn't have any sacks, but still, it's a lot. Now, Lawrence, I think, threw too little. 20 of 22, really? But that strong rushing game obviously affected how many passes he was going to get. So, yeah, rushing for the Colts was Jackson. I mean, is that even 12 for 42, John? That's not really dominant. He only gets 12 carries. That's like giving up on the ground game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a back and forth game, though. And again, Jacksonville being Jacksonville, as they always were, gave the game away. There's no way around this. Like, they're not consistent enough yet. And if I'm Doug Peterson, that's what I'm striving for to get back is my consistency.
Well, I think he's the best tutor for Lawrence, for sure. I think Lawrence is a great quarterback. I liked him in college.
Oh, yeah. Like, Trevor Lawrence has definitely the potential, but the problem with Jacksonville, they always spend all this money on these high-priced free agents. They start out really hot, but then you don't hear from them. They fall apart.
Well, look at it here, John. I mean, Lawrence got sacked 4 times. Now, I know they kept Ryan clean, but look at the difference between offensive lines. He's either going to make his reads quicker, or he's got to get more mobile. You can't have him taking 4 sacks, dude. I mean, I don't know, but he had a great game other than the sacks. But I mean, a decent game. He threw what's that percentage? 90-some, 20 or 22, John?
It's in the 90s for sure.
Right, and the rushing game, 243 yards. Immense. That's, I mean, they had almost 200 more yards rushing than the Colts. I mean, that's probably why he threw him so little passes. But the ground games, if your ground game's that good, and you've been in almost every game you've played, I just don't know why. Like John said, it's probably just a young team, but they need to worry about their offensive line. John, you agree with that, or you disagree with that?
No, I mean, yeah, and maybe that's something Lawrence needs to still work on is his progression.
It is. Like, see right here, he ran for 2 touchdowns, which is great. I caught some of the highlights to this. That is great awareness that you rush when you rush. But it doesn't look like, I don't know, it looks like with those 6 carries, I wonder if those are panic runs when I was watching them, or are those design type runs? They're mostly breakdowns.
Yeah. I'd have to go back and watch the highlights to see them.
All right. But, yeah, I think Peterson's still going to be good. I think they have a ways to go. John said it best already.
But, again, this week, your high-priced free agent wide receiver, Christian Kirk, only 4 catches. Like, if you want to get paid $20 million to be a top 2 wide receiver, you need a little bit more than 4 catches for 24 yards. I'm sorry.
Got to get open. Now, maybe though Matt Ryan threw for 58 passes, he completed 42 of them, so he still got it. But being that the score was so close, the Colts have some holes to fill up too, John. Would you agree?
Yeah, but also keep in mind too, the Colts didn't have their top 2 running backs. Jonathan Taylor didn't play, and Naheem Hines didn't play. So now you're entering a very unknown Deion Jackson who on 12 carries, 42 yards for first ever start. That's what you expect for someone who doesn't really get the ball that much. Like to be able to have 42 yards is actually a pretty decent stat line for someone who has never started in the NFL before.
Oh, good. I agree, John, with you 100% there.
But then he's the same running back, if you're looking at the box score, also had 10 catches out of the backfield. So, like, he touched the ball, 22 times.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
So, but like Michael Pittman, huge game, 13 receptions, 134 yards. That's what you expect out of your number one wide receiver.
Right.
And then Paris Campbell, I've always been a fan of his.
Well, Jackson was great. Look, Jackson was targeted 10 times. You got him all 10 times for it. That's not bad for 79 yards.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have a rushing game, but then you get your starting running back 10 catches. That's good. It's respectable.
Hey, yards from scrimmage, man, are important. Definitely. I don't know if, like I said, Matt Ryan, he's getting up there in age, but he could still throw it. If they, fill in, I don't know, play better, they might make the playoffs. That tie always looms large when it comes down to the end of the season.
It could make or break your season.
Yeah. So that could be a tough one for them.
So.
What is this here?
He's talking hockey. So.
Curtis
is a big Montreal Canadiens fan.
There you go. Put John's shout out there.
So, but yeah, Curtis, my Flyers are 2-0. I'm going to talk hockey real quick. Flyers are 2-0. Surprisingly, a lot of people.
Wait. When's the season start?
Opening day for hockey was last Thursday.
Yeah. So how much you know about hockey? Won't be doing a hockey recap show because I don't know jack about hockey.
I don't know much, but I do watch the Flyers from time to time. Hey, but the problem is that unless you have the high-Q, ESPN Plus, Hulu and stuff, you're not going to see many local games on TV this year because the NHL sold most of the TV rights to higher-end networks like that.
I thought Comcast had the rights.
They own the rights to the Flyers, but they sold the rights to like Hulu and the TV package that the NHL did, which a lot of people are not happy about.
Wait a minute. You can't be a subscriber and see that? Just a cable subscriber?
Depends if the game's aired or not. Like last Thursday was opening night, but they didn't show it on TV.
But was it at home?
Yes.
What? That doesn't sound good at all. Oh, here we go.
I expect a comment like that from Curtis being from Canada. So.
Wait, Curtis is from Canada?
Yep.
Oh, I have all new things to rip on you about. That's good. Good to know. Good to know.
No, you don't want to rip on Curtis because he'll give it back in a very funny, aggressive way.
Trust me. Yeah, I know. Curtis, trust me.
Be nice to Curtis, okay? He's my friend.
Being nice to Curtis.
He's your friend, too. He was on the football draft show. Curtis, I want you to turn your
season around. Curtis. I was just giving what? I'm just giving what? Come on.
Somehow I went from 0-3 in our fantasy league to 3-3, so. Sorry.
What are you talking about?
On fantasy football league, that you were the host of the draft pool. I started 0-3. I now won 3 games in a row.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, so he's asking nicely. Look, Mike, he's asking for forgiveness.
Hold on. I got to check that out. Check that out, John, on your phone. You're going to be like, Jesus, Mike, can you get anything correct?
I read
it. Curtis.
He's asking us. He even wrote, please.
No, Curtis, it's not about that, dude. What is this over here? No, I won't pick. No, I would not pick on you, man. It would be stupid, stereotypical things like, how's your maple syrup and stupid stuff like that, dude. It wouldn't be something. I would attack Canadians. I didn't mean it like that. I would say dumb, stereotypical baloney. Like A and stuff like that. Like, what's going A? Like that stuff. I would never, ever trash Canadian people. The funny thing is when I just texted John.
Yeah, and I'm putting it in the chat. I'm sorry.
Wait till John puts this up. There it is. There it is. Curtis, look at this. I'm here. You are the Miami guy. Look who messed this up.
Yeah, look at
I messed up so bad. John put it out there. I have no problem. John put it out there. That's funny. That's funny. But Curtis, no, I know you talked about Tampa Bay, but I now remember now that it all came to me later. Yeah, Tyler deserves me, but I wouldn't have given Tyler a hard time either. I mean, I would have given him the same sort of hard time. I like Tyler. He's fine and all, but he just talks too much crap about his team, which is fine. I do about my team. So, but Curtis, I apologize for that.
Well, there's a difference from being passive aggressive and aggressive.
I'm aggressive. Sorry. You're passive aggressive.
Yeah. But yeah, now you can't pick on Curtis.
No, because I'm stupid. All right. Well, Curtis, let's go over to Vikings Dolphins. Okay, look, Miami, I still think Miami's better than Minnesota. I don't like Minnesota at all, but they're 5-1. Who you like and what they do are two different things. Right, John?
Yeah, I'm
20 or 30.
It was just a good all-around offensive performance for Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, 20 or 30, 175, 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook had 13 carries, 77 on the ground, touchdown. Your top 2 wide receivers had production. Jefferson, 6 catches for 107. Thielen, 4 for 36 and a touchdown. That's what you expect out of those two.
I mean, I'm looking at, did Bridgewater leave that game or did Thompson start? See, I didn't watch this game, unfortunately. I believe
Thompson started and then got hurt. The Miami Dolphins' biggest problem right now is their health. They cannot stay healthy.
That's true. I think that Miami's better. I see the Vikings. I'm not convinced they're 5-1 record, John. I know like how you like to say, well, it's 5-1. I get that, but
they haven't played anybody. They played us and lost. So
I don't.
They were who we thought they were.
He owns the rights to that too. Do you know that? Do you know that, John?
Dennis Green does. I know.
He owns the trademark on that.
See, Curtis agrees.
Oh shit, John. Sorry. No, he can't. When is I don't know when is Tua due back?
They said possibly this week.
I hope so. Minnesota, look at they're rushing. Not like Minnesota ran all over them. It's like if you guys haven't been injured, but you can't have who's Waddle. Oh, finally, Waddle's putting. There we go. Now Hill and Waddle put up the big numbers.
And you're saying that Waddle's not that good of a wide receiver. I was just gonna say, look, he had 100 yards again.
I didn't say Waddle was bad. I just said Waddle wasn't performing last week.
Yeah, well, he finally stepped back.
Finally did. And Hill is now, that's the beast I thought I would get all season with him.
Huh?
Him and Waddle can carry it. Obviously, they can't carry it forever, but.
And then you still have the.
I should say, wait, let me clarify that. Let me clarify that. Hill and Waddle are their best receivers. What I'm saying is they need to complement a good running game. And right now, it's just the two of them. The other, don't get me wrong. I mean, Kaseki, they have a decent trio of wide receivers and stuff. It says. Go ahead, John. Sorry.
Well, no, I'm just saying don't count out the underrated Mike Gesicki. Like he's a Penn State tight end. He's starting to get comfortable in the NFL. And 2 touchdowns on Sunday. Like Gesicki could easily get you 7-8 touchdowns a year. Easily.
He could. He was awesome in college. I follow Penn State a lot. Everybody.
The Dolphins' biggest problem is their inconsistency on the ground. So.
And turnovers.
Yeah.
They lost they lose one, so they fumbled. You know what?
Quite interesting if they pull that off. McCaffrey to the Dolphins.
Yes, Curtis, you are correct. That if he gets traded to the Dolphins, that'll be a game changer for the Dolphins. They'll finally have an everyday back that can run. Because Mostert's not the key. Mostert's not the key, John.
Well, Mostert is how you say it first.
How is it? Let me look at that again.
Mostert.
Mostert. Sorry, John.
Well, here you go. ALDS Game 5 postponed to tomorrow.
What?
Chrissy was just telling you.
Tomorrow at 4:07.
What is?
The Yankees got moved till tomorrow at 4:07.
I don't want a game played at 4:07 tomorrow. Stupid Yankees. Stupid weather. Weather can suck it.
But the running game for the Dolphins.
What?
I would say they suck, Curtis. They're very inconsistent. They're not consistent enough on the ground. They don't suck. They're just not consistent.
No, they suck, Curtis.
Why you? Why you gotta fight with me? Like, you want to go back and forth about this right now? Let's go.
No, I don't want to fight you. I
You wanna
just
get
chime
these
in.
You want to get these hands?
You're the guy who takes care of my light work. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, well, I'll take you out. That's my light work right there. I got your wife's number. I'll just give her a call. Christy.
Ooh, wait. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll be drowning in the ocean.
Well, you're on a brick wall right now. We can just pin you up to the wall like this.
No, I got to dodge. I'm dodging.
Who did the Habs play tonight? Because I know the Flyers are off till
Habs win.
today. But no, like I said, if the Dolphins can get McCaffrey, I'd be very worrisome. I think it would really help them in the long run. So, they beat Pittsburgh. That's a win. I like that.
Are you kidding me? Well, yeah, why do you guys say everybody around here hates him really, really bad?
Who?
They don't like the Pittsburgh. They don't like what's his damn name?
Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby, the greatest player of all time. My friends that are I told it to Flyers fans, they've almost killed me. And they're my friends, for God's sake. They want to kill me.
I'm going to come for the screen and kill you for saying that.
He's just so talented.
Everybody say bye to Mike. This is the last time he'll be on the air. It's been fun.
Bye. There you go, Chris. Exactly. If John exploits this against me, he's playing dirty tricks.
Oh, I'm playing dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks over here.
I'm being honest. Myself, okay?
John's going behind my back. I can't go behind his back.
I mean, I even told your wife last night, you got on my nose, I was just going to lock you in my basement. So
it was close.
But he's still alive.
I survived. Yeah. John felt sad because the Halloween movie afterwards sucked.
For now.
Nobody killed. John's on one. There's 2 games left: Ravens, Giants, and Bengals, Saints.
I mean, again, Giants come from behind.
All right, we're going to Giants. Got it. Go ahead, sir.
No, again, the Giants just prove everybody wrong, and they win these big games. I mean, they're not a team to sleep on. I thought last week coming back over in London was against the Packers was a good statement win. This is an even bigger statement win. I mean, granted they played at home, but they kept Lamar Jackson in check. I mean, under 50% passing, 210 yards, 1 pick, 1 touchdown. Mark Andrews had a huge game for Baltimore. Kenyon Drake was a leading rusher, so they might have found a future back in Kenyon Drake, but like the Giants just doing the Giants. Like Daniel Jones, 19-27, 173, 2 touchdowns. Saquon on the ground, 22 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown. The Giants' biggest problem right now that they need to address is their wide receivers. My friend Mike, who doesn't, not you, Mike.
I know, another Mike.
I know. He's a big Giants fan. He says, boy, he's very impressed to see the Giants winning, especially without their top 4 wide receivers. They're doing all this without their 4 main wide receivers. So this is like a wide receiver committee, and it's starting to like actually progress nicely. I mean, if you can get a number 1 wide receiver in this room, I'd watch out.
John.
He's
right.
Now
you're Mr. Crosby now. He's gonna get revenge on me. John, come on, it was funny.
What?
Jerk. I changed your name.
Oh. I've been distracted.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I'll take it away.
I can change yours to something you don't like neither.
I don't. You know my weaknesses.
Yep, I do.
Don't do it. I'll put it back.
I got it.
There we
got it? The Mr. Knast boss. Okay.
There we go. I changed it.
He finally acknowledges me as the boss. Okay.
Oh, you leaving, Curtis?
No.
We'll miss you. Oh, I got what he meant.
Yeah, he was saying that since I was kicking off the show.
Yeah, okay.
Now I need Mike. Mike's my right hand man.
Thanks, John.
He's
here's
right?
Here's what happens. John kills me, and then I go.
Yeah, be good. Bye-bye.
Then I drowned in the pool. Morgan was the first to throw me off the island, by the way, Curtis.
Well, theoretically, not realistically.
This is funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's not lying. Curtis is spot on with that comment, though.
Spot on, Curtis, with that. That's awesome.
Well, it was just yesterday he got kicked out of a game, and then today he's in a whole new state.
I know. I love how players used to play their contracts, and back in the day, they used to have second jobs and all that. Players, I understand that your top players want some input into stuff, but I'm sorry, I'm a little old school. I think that the president, people that are in charge of personnel, I think they know, most of them know what they're doing. Not all of them, obviously, but most. And I think that what happens in the front office and the game plan that everybody wants from the top down to the coaches, to the assistant, to everybody, I think the players need to understand the direction. I do believe that. But should they have as much say as they have in this stuff? No, I'm sorry. No, they shouldn't. Sorry, if you're getting paid $25 million a year on a 4-year deal that you signed, and this is not anybody's contract, I'm just throwing a contract out there. If you sign for 4 years and $25 million, and your job is to receive the ball and go do your job. Okay. I don't want you saying, oh, wait, I want to sit down with such and such upper management to talk about the fact that something else. That's not your job. Your job is to do what you're getting paid for. Okay. I don't mean you don't have an opinion. Okay. I think teams kind of close their players off if they think they're going to say something bad or against the franchise. But I'm just saying, it's not your job. You're brought in to be a receiver. That's what you do. Okay. You don't come in to be a receiver and then have a say in who's the next head coach. No. Now the quarterback, maybe if you not look, quarterbacks that have been there 10, 12 years, if the team feels that, if they want to be in on the process, I don't mind a little back and forth. So I break my rule a little bit there. Maybe a little back and forth. But a player should not be able to say, if you don't do this, I want this and this fired. I want this done. You're going to put me in this position. I need to be in this scheme. No, you knew the scheme going in, especially if it's an existing coach. You knew what they were going to do with you. Okay? That's what you do. These people yelling. Look, Curtis just brought it up here. Right? He's exactly what I played. I played sports, but not like, I wasn't a Friday night football guy, but I did some stuff. I know where I had coaches. I played soccer for 2 years, but you listened to your coaches. I mean, you did. You respected them, and what they said, that's what you're doing. Okay? It's not like, oh, well, Johnny's playing more of that, and I should be. No, nobody said that. Nobody talked like that. So Curtis is 1,000 billion% correct. I get sick and tired of $1 million babies crying on the sidelines. Look what happened. I don't mean to bring up basketball, but look exactly the situation happened with the Nets this year in basketball. Okay? You had Kevin Durant wanting the coach and the president of the company, of the franchise, to be fired, or he wanted traded. No. No, players should never have that much power. Okay? He hasn't been with the franchise first. If he doesn't, I understand Durant's been a league phenomenal player, Hall of Fame. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer before he won his first ring. Okay. So I have respect for his game. He's incredible. Has he lost a little bit? Yeah. Well, surgeries will kill you over time. The thing I'm saying is, though, he should never have that much sway where you can put that kind of blackmail on him. Just like I didn't think from Philly, and I'm a Knicks fan, so just you guys know I suffer daily. When the Sixers, what they did with if he can't handle contracts, okay, and he doesn't like the way he was criticized. Well, when you help eliminate your team, no, you don't get to call the shots, dude. You get to go do it. If you have mental health issues, and I have some, that people who know me, but no, then fine, sit out, but then you play when you're better. It's ridiculous. So that's what I'm talking about. I just think players have too much. What do you think, John? John's not going to add to this.
Nope.
But that's how I feel about players having decisions. So that's what I'm saying. It goes back to what Curtis was just saying. Lalo, how you doing, buddy? Love to see you. Lalo, you're not a Cowboys fan.
He's being smart. If you look at the comment,
don't mind me. John's right. I don't read the comments. I don't know who's quarterback in Dallas anymore. If you've been early, you've seen all the mistakes I've been making. I'm horrible.
Well, you can say goodbye to Mike. This is the last time you're going to see Russo's recap. It's now going to be called Knast's recap because Mike doesn't know.
I don't know Dick. Oh, crap. Now I'm in the quarter. Where's your cha-ching thing? Lalo in the house. Lalo in the house.
Well, we're doing right besides when Mike's messing up. So
he's right.
This comment made me laugh too, but that Curtis put up earlier. I don't know if you read it.
Where is it?
I got it right here. Leave it.
Oh, thanks, Curtis. He is my brother. I love John. Everybody knows I love John. John is the one who helped me, brought me aboard this program, this whole idea, and he's a great friend of mine. I've said it a million times. Great friend, extremely knowledgeable, funny guy, witty, greatest homeowner I've ever met. Guy that can stretch a dollar more than anybody I've ever met, not even close to people who I know are cheapskates. John is not a cheapskate. He finds the greatest deals. Okay, totally different person. Cheapskates. John can stretch that dollar. Look, you can give John an empty house, give him $5, you're gonna have furniture in every room. Okay, that's how it happens with him. That's how quick it happens. So I love him. Good observation, Curtis. Look at this. Curtis, loving all the compliments, buddy. I appreciate it. Makes me feel good.
Yeah, well.
I love when Lalo's here, even though I can't read text messages. Or I can't read the screen. Lalo, I should know this by now, but aren't you're a Miami guy? Isn't he wait. I forget. Lalo, I know you're going to yell at me, so I've talked to you like for weeks. And now let me see if I can figure it out. What's up, Matt? Ready to join me right as I get embarrassed because I can't figure out who Lalo's team is. Oh, that's right, the Saints. I'm sorry, Lalo. I'm sorry. Forgive me, buddy. Lalo, please forgive me.
I wouldn't forgive you, Mike.
I wouldn't either. He's a nice guy. Thanks.
Coming from someone who is starting to fraternize me because I know too much about the Cowboys last night.
Who?
Huh?
Who knew too much about the Cowboys?
No,
you knew a lot about the Cowboys.
I know a lot about a lot of teams. I study football, like I said.
I said that earlier. It's on the recording, everybody, that I gave John full credit for his football knowledge on the show today in detail. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about the Giants game? I mean, Saquon Barkley, again, did the Saquon Barkley thing. I think Baltimore gave this game away, though.
All I can say about the Giants is I'll see you December 11th.
Ooh.
If they're still where they're at, then we can talk about them being a threat. But
the Giants?
Yeah.
Giants aren't a threat. Saquon Barkley can rush all he wants, and now he's a great player. He can carry teams. He's not going to carry a team with a great defense.
They have a very their defense is young.
But you keyed on, John, they have no receivers. So how are they going to,
That's why you go out and shop for a wide receiver. The Giants have money still.
Dude, Jackson threw this game away, and you know that.
I know that, but I'm just saying, though, the Giants have a very young defense that if they get one or two more playmakers, they could – they're not going away. And look at their schedule. They got the Jaguars this week, Seattle, Texans, Detroit, and then the Cowboys again, Commanders, us. Like, Giants are easily winning their next 4 games.
Okay. Well, when I sat down with the New York defense, they sounded like they were insecure. All the players that talked to me said they just have given up on the season. So I'm not really worried about the Giants, after listening to their defense talk to me for about an hour.
Well, you have to because they got a rookie defensive end and Cyberdo from Oregon, who is a perennial pass rushing for the College of Oregon. Xavier McKinney, who's going to be an all-pro safety from Alabama. Like they're piecing together a nice defense. They're very underrated. And then you have a new coach in Brian Dom, whatever. So everybody's still on here. Let me put a disclaimer here. I never did talk to the Giants defense. I was lying that whole time. I never sat down with them. That's Mike. He's a liar.
I have no exclusive interview. If we did, John would have been there asking real questions.
If we actually sat down and interviewed someone for real life, you'd be the camera guy.
I would be the camera guy. You're exactly right.
I'd be
too. There's Matt. There you go. Answer that one, John. It's you.
Who is the green dot for the Eagles? If you're on offense, it's Jalen Hurts because he's the quarterback, and if you're the linebacker who's in charge is T.J. Edwards.
Just breaking. Eagles trade for T.J. Watt. Nice. Breaking news.
Right. I want him.
Why? T.J. Watt's incredible. Of course, he's injured. Like his brother.
You have a new support for you. There you go. He's not swearing as much, Curtis, because I ran him broke.
Curtis, that was awesome, dude. Awesome. I'm trying not to.
If you want to watch Mike swear, watch a football or baseball game with him is a whole different story.
Yes. For you that were there earlier, you guys heard the story about me and remotes and John and TVs.
Luckily, my two TVs are still intact.
That's good. Yeah, John made me shut off one because I was getting too annoyed.
We will see you News Day. Wilder, let's go. That's going to be absolutely insane down there New Year's Day because you have the Eagles game. Plus, in Philly, we have a traditional Mumbo's Day parade.
When is that? New Year's Day?
Yeah.
Why don't we go down there? It's not like I have a family or job or anything.
Yeah. Curtis poking the bear with that comment. I'm letting you have fun with that.
Here it is, here it is, Curtis. They are the team. I ripped on all throughout the season. First off, Judge is in the wrong part of the lineup. Okay, I hate to agree with Alex Rodriguez, and they just haven't. They're just not showing. They haven't shown to me that they're a playoff. I mean, if they, and I think they will win at home, but if they win at home and go to Game 5, we come in limping, and I don't mean by injuries. We just come in with. I mean, the guy that is not even making top dollar. One of the cheapest guys on the roster is the one that's influencing the Bader, our center fielder that we got in that trade with. We got Bader in the St. Louis trade where we traded the pitcher, I believe. But yeah, they're going to limp in terms of what they're doing. I mean, no one's producing at all, and the pitching has been saying they should have won it. They should have won both other games, and they're not. They're not dominant. Whereas Houston's look like a wrecking machine. Now they got out of they came back in Game 1, so I don't know. Houston's going to be a tough. Everybody wants it in New York because they want revenge, but Houston is solid up and down their lineup. I hate to say that, but they are. I thought the Dodgers were going to be out of the West without even blinking. Here it is, San Diego's there, and they're doing it without Tatis. I mean, so it's amazing.
But the Padres did also go out and make a really big trade and get Juan Soto and Josh Bell, who gives them 2 power bats. Yes, you don't have Tatis, but they added power in that lineup. We're getting Soto and Josh Bell.
True, they did.
And they have 4 really quality starters. So
that's the reason. That's what's up with my Yankees, Chris. We'll find out. I got delayed till tomorrow, I guess, when my wife came down here. John could hear my wife. Listen to this, guys. John could hear my wife better. He's in another house. I'm sitting right here with earphones. Couldn't make out what she was saying.
It's called hearing aids. Okay.
I need hearing aids.
That's when you get over 50.
We'll see what happens though. The Yankees. I didn't know. I thought that was down south. The way John was talking, I thought that was in the Big Easy.
Nope, that game is in Philly. It's the second game.
Lalo, get up here then, dude. What we got to do? Venmo you money so you can fly? Come on. Get up here. You can stay with one of us.
You can Venmo money. I'm not paying for an opposing team to come hang out for a weekend.
You're paying for his ticket to the game and the airline. I'm covering all his lodging and food.
Yeah, it's called your couch. Nice try. I'm just kidding.
It would be cool to hang out with you, man. It would be really cool. For the little time I've known you in this channel, you would be a lot of fun. I can tell. Wait a second. Way to poke fun at Curtis, and I know.
Now, if we want to bring Sam up to Jersey and watch him fly out the Walt Whitman Bridge, I'll be game for that. But
I'm all about that. Yeah, Curtis, you and I are on the same page with baseball. That's good. Curtis is coming? Nice. I love that. That's great, dude. That's the best.
Well, there you go. We don't have to pay for a Lalo. According to Curtis, he's going to hitchhike up here. So,
John.
Hey, saves me money. Lalo wants to hitchhike the South Jersey. He can be my guest.
There you go.
He'll join Mike locked in the basement.
That's where I'll be.
I'm going to make a sequel to The People Under the Stairs, and it's just going to be a bunch of people living in my basement.
That'll be me down there. Number 1. Well, the Vikings game, all we got left, John, is Bengals Saints. Here we go. Saints should have won this game. I can't stand the Bengals. Can't stand them. So on this time, I don't like Cincinnati at all. Never did, never will. I think your Saints should have won, Lalo.
Yeah, well.
Just saying. Get sick of Burrow. Still got sacked.
300 yards in the nose. His big boy Jamar Chase had a good game. 7 catches, 132, and 2 touchdowns.
Lalo, I got something that I need to like ask you, right? Okay, now, why do people key more on Taysom Hill? Every time it comes in the game, he's probably going to run. I don't know how he's so effective at running when people know he's mostly in there for that. So you're gonna have to let me know about that, man. Because he comes in, and he just runs. I don't know if people know key on him.
Oh, so I tell you a stupid fact about this game?
Sure, go ahead.
So you know Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were teammates at LSU, correct?
Would love to meet you, Curtis.
You remember that in college? Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were LSU Tigers together.
You asking me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this was technically the first game in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome since they won the national title with LSU. This was the first time they were back in that stadium since that day.
I didn't
So
know
you're
that.
talking 3 years ago.
Well, they did just enough. I wanted them to lose, but they did just enough to get the win.
Well, I mean, they did well. Yeah, I mean, their defense didn't really keep New Orleans' offense in check, but
Look at the rushing yards, though. Kamara's one of my favorite dudes. Love him, by the way. Loved him before I met you. Love Kamara. Love him.
I just
Hope
hope
he
he
doesn't-
can solve his legal problems.
So do I. He's a talented running back. I would love to have him on our team. I'm sorry, I'd take him over Sanders any day. Sorry, guys, they're out in the Eagles. Well, I love the Eagles, my favorite team, but I'd rather have Kamara as a running back.
Well, like we were talking last night, is do the Eagles re-sign Miles Sanders? That was one of the big.
Oh, yeah,
you were talking about that.
You know, true. He can throw. That's true. I have seen him throw some nice passes, but he mostly runs, and it just makes me laugh. They're so worried, I guess, about him being able to throw it too. So yeah, you're right. Swiss Army knife approach. People know what they're going to get from him. That's good. Keep them guessing.
And then Chris gonna bring you this from Canada, some maple syrup and Patron.
That's awesome.
Sounds like a good combination.
Good combination. I'm trying to taste Cavassier for the first time, everybody. The only reason why is because I heard an old rap song about pasta Cavassier, and now I want to drink some Cavassier, which I think is a bourbon. I don't know, something. I just want to taste it. Not a big alcohol guy at all, but it's Cavassier. Love the name.
Drinking's overrated.
Dalton. Yeah, Dalton's got it. Dalton. I don't like Dalton as a QB. He was okay. I understand with Cincinnati, but he hasn't done much. Chiefs keep signing him, but he doesn't produce much. He's a good backup, but okay. What I should say is he's an acceptable backup, but you need someone that's going to get the, going to do more in the passing game. John, why'd you call Patron alcohol?
Isn't that what it is?
I'd still love to eat those. Sounds yummy.
So
Where's Caesar? Who's Caesar?
He was the one that says was watching, so I was trying to call him out to see if he would.
Oh, you probably not. Hey, Caesar, what's that?
Since I'm watching on my phone, it tells me who's watching. So.
Oh, that's cool. I just see 5 likes and 5 people are on Facebook and 1's on Twitch.
Yep.
Well, that's it, John. It's our last game. Unless you want to say anything, the Bengals are crawling their way back to 500. So I don't. What do you think? Just a turnaround?
It might be. You never know.
You just never know.
It's 13-13 if you're watching Monday Night Football right now. Chargers just came back, so.
Well, everybody, if you got that's true. There it is right there.
I
got lucky.
But Lalo should know how that all works out, considering Minneapolis Miracle back in 2017. The Saints had that game won, and a freak play at the end of the game allowed Minnesota to win that game. We'd be talking about a Philadelphia ass whooping or New Orleans to make it to the Super Bowl instead of Minnesota. But
thanks, Curtis. I love it.
So, but
favorite football food.
That's a tough question. So.
Probably wings. I love wings. So I would say
I'm
wings.
a mozzarella stick guy myself, but
You're a what guy?
Mozzarella stick.
As a football food?
It's finger food. Why not?
Here, look, you need to get your nachos that you made yesterday for dinner. That's a good football food. Nachos are good for football.
Well, if you would have came over when you were supposed to, you would have been able to have some nachos, okay?
No. When I asked you about the nachos, you said, I ate them myself because I was about to starve and eat the cat. That's what you told me. Anyways. Oh, here we go. I don't like sauerkraut, but I'll take the foot. Oh, you know what? I'd even put it on there. Foot long with onions and banana peppers. Oh, I love banana peppers, even though I'm not supposed to have them. But I like mustard.
Dangerous combo.
You got to put some mustard on there. I'm not a big sauerkraut guy, but if Matt, you know how to make them or whatever, when it's made by somebody else, I'm sure it's really, really good.
I did not eat a cat, Lalo. No.
He got starving last night. He ate nachos, but when I got there, I asked if he had nachos, and he said he had to make them and eat them all himself. He didn't save me any because he was about to eat the cat. So
I did not say that, Mike.
I tried. Do you think they're taking me seriously?
Well, Lalo's waiting who ate a cat in my chat.
All right, Lalo, nobody ate a cat, okay? I was trying to make a joke. John gets all offended for some reason.
Yeah, because I don't know who's watching this show. Next thing I know, I'm going to get reported for eating a cat.
Listen, animal lovers. Though John puts the cat in a small room with spikes, he doesn't eat them. All right, listen, Peter. John doesn't do anything. He takes care of a cat that wasn't even his responsibility. He takes care of it perfectly, well-fed, and it's well-mannered and well taken care of, guys. There's no cat eating, except when John orders Chinese food. So there's no cats eating at John's house.
You just like me a smart ass tonight.
I'll stop.
This actually sounds good.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, smoked brisket and pulled pork and nachos.
No, it's all together.
What?
Smoked
that
brisket,
makes
pulled pork with nachos.
Yeah, all three of them.
No, but it's one dish he's trying to say.
That's one dish, Curtis?
That's what he's trying to say, yeah. That sounds delicious.
They all go together? Lalo's too funny.
Well, you're spreading rumors about it. Oh, man.
John, nobody's going to think that you ate an animal.
Okay, well, good. See, I told you, Curtis said yes. So.
Okay, it's all, wow, that would be interesting. I've eaten those all separate, but I together, I would be interesting. That would be interesting to taste. It really would.
Well, I guess we got to try it one day.
So we got hot dogs. See, hamburgers are good, but I don't always think of hamburgers. I don't know. I guess they're there for football food. I like hot dogs more, like you were pointing out. Pulled pork and pulled chicken and all that. That is great stuff. Nachos, John. You know, with the nachos, that's a good food. What about ribs, guys? Do you think ribs is in there?
Yes.
Anybody in the chat? Ribs work for a football game, or is that a no on that? That's just a family barbecue thing.
Yeah,
Matt,
go ahead, Mike.
No, Matt, bring me some.
Well, if you ever go to Wegmans, you'll see Matt, a pizza department cooking all that stuff, and he's spot on with everything he does.
Chat, Matt, coming over to get food.
Well, if you go to Wegmans, make sure you come see me so I can knock you out. But
I'm not going anywhere near John. John's known to lock things in freezers. I can't have myself in there.
Oh, I know plenty of places I can get with you.
Bye, Dad. We're leaving you forever.
Okay, bye, kid. Never come back. You're expensive. All right.
Barley sandwich.
Barley sandwich. Wow, I never even thought of that food. Barley sandwich.
I mean,
I don't know. I would try it, definitely. So wait, I need people on everybody that's left in the yes or no. Are nachos a thing or not?
Oh, wait,
not nachos. Wait, please. No. Wait. Stop. Not nachos. What I meant to say was ribs. Are ribs a football food or no? It's more of a backyard picnic thing. Beer is important. Nachos. Of course, nachos, Chris. I'm saying, do you think ribs would be, though? Or is that like a backyard thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like you have your family over, you have ribs, chicken. John. Where's it at?
I'm waiting back to Matt because he said to put you in the big freezer.
A barley sandwich is beer? Of course, it makes that. Oh, God. Let me have a moment to just be embarrassed for a second, Curtis.
Hey, you want a sound effect to go with it? I'll give you a sound effect.
Do a sound effect.
Okay.
As I drown in the ocean.
Hold on. I got to turn my volume up. Hold on. My phone's on silent. Wait 1 second. I'll get it. Here you go.
Horrible. I love you making me look like a fool, Curtis. It rules because I'm an idiot.
Well, someone has to keep you in check. If I can't do it.
I like Curtis. Thanks, Curtis. I love you too, man. We got to talk more. I enjoyed meeting you. Love to meet you in person.
Well, me and Sam always have an open invite to his house, so if I ever go, I'll let you know.
There it is, Matt. So Matt agrees ribs. Thanks, Matt.
I mean, you could, but it would be messy.
It would be messy. It's true.
You need buffalo chicken dip. There you go. There's a good football snack.
That would be a good football snack. You're right. That's good. Chips, of course, pretzels. People are over. Yeah, it's in beer. Anytime, boys, my house is your house. Ah, Curtis. So kind. He's so kind. Yeah, John's that kind too.
Except if your name is Mike, you're not allowed at my house anymore.
Not more anymore. Not after that football game, baseball game, and that stupid Halloween movie. Last Halloween movie sucks, guys. Said in the beginning of the show. Gonna say it now. Sucks. Matt's right. They can be messy too, but I've seen more wings at football parties, and I like wings.
Him.
I'm sorry, that was too funny, Curtis. That was hysterical.
That just got dark really quick. I have one cat. One cat is enough. Thank you very much.
He had 5 when I met him. He had
What?
5 when I met him.
Mike, stop.
Nobody's going to believe this. The Facebook police can't possibly think this is
No,
real.
I'm not worried about that. Oh, my God.
All right, but I'm kidding. I'll lay off the jokes with the cats. If they're making John upset, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to
Oh, my God. I'm going to die. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I'm sorry, John. It's just too funny. Curtis is being hysterical.
I like Matt's idea.
I
hate everybody. I hate all of you. Nope, I'm leaving. I'm out.
My God, I'm going to die. Ah, John, come back in. Stop. Curtis and Lalo, thank you for making that even funnier than it probably should have been. But it's funny as hell. What else is going on? What's the score still? 13-13?
You're lucky it's my show, and I decided to stay, okay?
Look what they wrote to you.
I know, because they're my friends. You would probably never say sorry to me.
I'm a nemesis. They sorry to you. I'm not saying I'm sorry. I think it was funny.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry that Mike won't be on Russo's recap anymore.
I won't be on anymore, guys. John's in charge of everything, and with Peter arrest him tomorrow, he won't have a show anymore.
I won't have a show. Nobody will have a show anymore unless
Peter's coming for you. I'm not going to run it. Can't run it. You can run it from jail.
The jailhouse show with Mr. Knast. There you go.
John's a mob boss.
Well, if I'm a mob boss, I'll put it out a hit for you like that.
Oh, right here. John, killing me off.
Ginger beef is really good. That's interesting. Never heard of that.
Ginger beef, as in meat made by gingers? Or you mean cutting up people that have red hair and eating them?
Well, we cannibalism now?
I'll stop. It's getting too dark. I'm sorry. My humor's gotten too dark. I'll stop now. I've never known. I don't know what ginger beef is. Yes, Lalo. Yes, Lalo. He's the first one. Get a Netflix special about me, Lalo. Sell the rights to Netflix. Get your money after I'm dead.
Wow. I mean, I could just message somebody right now if they want me to put a hit on you.
Great. Between yours and freaking Bobby's Crips, he can call. Or Blood. Sorry, not Crips.
Well, the sad part is the person is in the house for you right now already, so.
Oh, no. No, don't do that. Oh, here we go.
Oh my God.
Best episode yet, everybody. Oh, man. It's never going to stop. Oh,
I
my
think I'm
God.
done for tonight. I think I'm going to log off. Mike, you can finish wrapping the show
No,
up.
Jack, come on. You play long. We're fine. That's
Oh,
gonna be
I'm
our
playing
first.
along.
That's gonna be our first shirt merch. John's face with a cat on the back. John's face on the front, on the back, with a Ghostbusters thing through it.
Mike's dying. Yeah, he's about to die.
Yo, I am. If you hear me coughing, Lalo, in the background from laughing, it means I'm losing it.
Coughing up a lung.
Oh, look, Curtis is love. There's love, John.
Yeah. Mike should be lucky I don't know where he lives because I'd be paying him a visit after this show.
He knows where I live, guys. How do you think I
No, I
eat
don't.
cat? How do I eat cat if you don't stop over once in a while? You deliver them to me fresh.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. Little
I'll
doggy
stop.
bag.
No, I got to really stop. And I don't want this whole thing. Everyone's like, it's funny as hell. I know what John's thinking. He doesn't want the wrong people to get the wrong idea about the show.
Yeah.
But we made it in fun, everybody. We're just having fun in here.
I'm really glad I live across. You should be just happy you don't live near water, Curtis, because that's where Mike's going to wind up.
You do live near water. Why do you think I wouldn't take that 2-block walk with you last night?
I'm saying you could just. Well, you're right.
He could throw you right in the water. Yeah, Curtis, stay safe. Stay safe. Your politicians in there are good. Stay in Canada. Don't come down to this country. Holy cow. It's crazy in here.
Yeah,
Crazy.
You come down here, you have to deal with Mike firsthand. Same good thing.
Yeah, that is good.
You guys are all in safe hands. I'm not going to hurt nobody, okay? I'm a nice, peaceful guy who lives by myself.
Notice, everybody, that Tyler never stopped in today, even though I thought Curtis was Tyler. Tyler is not here. I don't know where he's at, but if you catch him or see him, tell him Mike says hello and what up, Pittsburgh?
See, no, I would allow you to do stuff like that. You can poke that kind of bear.
Just not cats?
No.
That cat you sent over is great, though.
Mike, shut up.
All right. Here we go. I would love to watch that live. What's fancy in Canada? $1.99 Happy Meals at McDonald's?
No, great. Now you got a lot of those tagging Tyler in the comment.
Thanks, Lala. Where you at? He destroyed his phone in last week's episode, so I don't know if he has access to after I made fun of him.
Well, 9 out of 10 times when someone tags someone in the comment, that person shows up. So who knows? You might get a guest appearance now like Tyler.
Besides, making a horrible mistake in thinking Curtis was Tyler. A horrible mistake. Even though I thought he was that, I really didn't give him too much heat. John, you got to admit, I didn't go crazy.
No, you're very polite because I think if he was in the chat going back and forth with you, it'd be a whole different story.
Well, Curtis is mature. If Kyler gets in there, I say one thing negative, he's just going to go crazy on me. I'm just like, dude, come on.
I mean,
go ahead. Other than Sam's team, Dallas, I like everybody's teams that they like here. I have no problem with the Dolphins. I hope that they succeed. I follow the Saints. I love Drew Brees. It was awesome. I'll never forget that second half onside kick ever. I mean, they just, all those teams have never really, if they played in the Super Bowl, I'd want the Eagles to win. I have no beast with those teams, like Cowboys, in division people, but all like the Patriots. And I had no problem with the Buccaneers. I should say the Buccaneers, I had really no problem with them. I just had a problem with Tom Brady. And that's really the problem there. I really don't hate the Buccaneers either. He just makes me not like them.
I hear you.
But I did say tonight, and I'll say it again, Tom Brady, best game manager ever play, not the best QB. Someday I will explain that to everybody.
Yeah.
Where are we at here? Yeah, Lala's still. I'll put Lala's thing back up. Where you at? So Curtis never answered me. What's a fancy meal? $1.99 at McDonald's? Oh, Fondue's good, but expensive, but it's good. Fondue, get in my mouth, fondue. Get in my mouth.
Fondue is very good. I usually have it on the holidays. So
Shout out to one of my favorite comedians who passed away a couple years ago, Ralphie May. Every time he talked about food, he'd be like, get in my mouth. Get in my mouth. Yeah, fondue. I've had fondue here at the fondue restaurants. They're called the melting pot. I'm sure your place destroys the melting pot. I've had the melting pot, and it was really, really good. So I can only imagine. Uh-oh. No, I'm just kidding. He's not here.
yeah, because Curtis even messaged our group chat now to get him in here. So
Curtis, I know, isn't he hysterical? Well, he was hysterical. It's too bad what happened.
Oh,
I loved him.
Was great.
One of the greatest comedians. There's a lot of great comedians that have come up, but by far, he's one of the funniest ones I've ever seen in my life. He was hysterical. It's too bad what happened because he was really good.
I agree. I watched him when I was younger. We had a fun night watching him. So
just chocolate fondue. A lot of those saying it. Okay. Chocolate fondue is good. The dessert is good, but the actual cooking on your own, I don't know how it works with your place. Like the melting pot brings out, like, you can cook your own stuff. And they tell you keep a raw utensil, and then, or a fondue stick, and then one for cooked meat. We have to cook all that at the table. So I don't know how that works up by you or up in Canada, Curtis. Chocolate is good though. The ending is very, very good.
Cigarette machine, Sony PlayStation, purple after.
Do you like those things? Cigarette machine, Sony, PlayStation, purple.
That's a good idea.
That's a great. Oh, John put it up and I took it down. Sorry.
I mean, I could probably get a couple more people to watch if we did something like that. I mean, we already have a world-class comedian on the show, and Mike. So what more do we need?
Here we go. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, it's almost exactly like the melting pot here. It's almost exactly like it is here, Curtis. I'm sure the quality I set up in Canada, the place you're talking about, is very, very good. The melting pot is extremely expensive, but it is extremely good to cook your stuff. And it's just funny how they tell you, like, don't have your raw fork and cooked meat. Don't have your cooked meat and raw. I'm like, I understand the safety, you got to go there, but it was delish. I've been a couple of times, probably 3 or 4 times. Delicious.
I can never say, but Korean barbecue is also really good too.
What'd you say?
Korean barbecue is actually really good too.
That's dogs, not cats, dude.
Well, you shut up with the damn feeding of the animals.
Look it up. Korean's more.
I know it is. I'm not talking about it.
I know you're not, John. Okay, let's bring it up here again for Curtis. That's great stuff. I'll try to bring it up again. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, the places that cook food in front of you, like hibachis and all that stuff, it's all really good food because you can see how it's being prepared. It's all very fresh food.
They're really that. I've gone to these hibachi experiences around us, and they're pretty funny. They make a whole show of it. They flip stuff. I love it. And they flip stuff to your mouth all around the table. Those guys are immensely talented. Immensely talented. Also very expensive here. Of course, what isn't expensive here? Like, you guys probably got milk for $1.25. Our milk requires us to take out a loan application. So that's how bad it is here.
I went to a Korean barbecue place out in California a couple years back. And, am I even reading? Let me stop with the cat jokes, please. Because I'm going to get someone that watches this who's an animal activist, and I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. So please stop.
This broadcast is not PETA certified.
No, I'm just afraid someone's going to pop in who's an animal activist or something, because now it's a public page, and I'm going to get a boatload of trouble.
All right, John. It's cool.
I'm just saying, like, you don't know who pops in these shoes. It's a public page. Anyone can watch it.
Okay. I have never had this either. Where's it at? I heard it's good though. Korean barbecue. Oh wait, no, that's a joke I made. This one, sorry. Curtis says, I've never had Vietnamese either. How do you guys like sushi? I can't stand sushi. Any of you guys like raw stuff? I can't stand sushi. You like it, John? You like sushi?
I've eaten sushi before, yes.
Place is amazing. Lalo, I'm heading out to see you, buddy. We just got to hang out and eat together.
I mean, there's a Korean barbecue place, like I was saying, out in California, that all you can eat for like $35. But like you cook your meat the way that you want and stuff like that. So
Oh, Matt likes sushi. Is there sushi over that's a store, John? You and Matt?
yes,
Okay.
they make it fresh every day.
Oh, here's Curtis. Oh, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
that is pretty cool.
That would be effing awesome.
Like I'm sorry for yelling at everybody. It's just I worry about the page and if certain comments get out of hand. I don't know who's watching.
I'll talk to John and I will chat after the show, guys. He doesn't mean to be a downer or anything. You know, we're having a lot of fun with that, but yeah, John and I'll discuss after the show, and I understand John's concerns. We don't want somebody who's trying to watch the show, though we have increased in viewership since we started doing it, which is funny. But yeah, we just our page is not for does not endorse any domestic animal.
And to answer a lot of those questions, the part of California I was in was called Moretta. It's about 45 minutes to an hour north of San Diego. So yeah, the San Diego, LA area. It was called Moretta. My sister and brother-in-law were living out there at the time.
I've been out to Compton and the Watts. I've been out to that. I joined the gang, hung out in LA, South Central.
LA. I didn't go in the city per se, but like I did get to see like Dodger Stadium and stuff in LA. We saw Petco Park. I went to a hockey game in Anaheim.
Did you go to LA? Did you go to Disneyland while you were out there? Not Disney World, everybody. Disneyland. And Curtis, John knows.
The last time I was in California, I didn't do Disneyland, but in 2000 I did it. We went out for my dad's 50th birthday. We did Disneyland one day. So I have been to both.
Cool.
I like Disney World has more than Disneyland, but it's still pretty cool to be at Disneyland. I actually have a ticket stub from it.
I didn't really go to South Central because I probably wouldn't have survived there. But I did visit. I have visited LA and I have visited San Diego, both of those areas. San Diego was gorgeous. We were there for a manager's retreat when I was with the theater company, movie theaters. I didn't perform live in a theater. That would be scary. But yeah, we went out there for manager's retreat. San Diego was gorgeous. Treated us like I got treated so good in San Diego. It was amazing. LA still got treated pretty good, but yeah, LA is a little bit like New York City with the whole fast-paced stuff. But yeah, San Diego was beautiful. Now, if I get a famous rapper like Snoop Dogg, I would love to tour South Central as long as I have protection. Since I've been listening to the great music that's come out of there, the great rap music, and even other music that's come out of I would love to see that out of LA in general, but I would love to see the streets and stuff that people based all their the hardcore rap stuff. I'd love to see and interview somebody like that. It'd be great.
Well, we still have that contact. We gotta get a hold of those musicians out in Detroit.
I know we are, guys. We're going to be featuring some interviews soon with some rappers out of Detroit. John and I'll advertise that and talk about it more as it approaches. There's some legwork I need to get done on that, and we'll bring it to you. This is awesome.
The Super Mario one, I think they're putting in Disneyland out in California.
Wait, no, I think he's right. It would be Universal, wouldn't it?
So,
John, really, Lalo, is there a Universal? There's a Universal out there. That's right.
Yeah, I think Super Mario was going to one California.
Disney doesn't have the rights to the Mario character. Universal may. I don't know. I don't know who owns. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to do this, Lalo. Yes.
I mean, if I could get Eminem on here, sure, that'd be funny.
That'd be awesome. I've seen that on TV before, but I would probably was awesome in person, Curtis. I can imagine how great that was. Have to show me pictures when we meet in real life.
Another cool place out in that area is called La Jolla Beach. It's out in like Southern California, and if you go during certain times of day, you just see nothing but sea lions like flopped on the beach. And there's a lane there. It was like a really cool sight. There's probably close to about 100 of them just like flopped up on the beach. So maybe like what Curtis was saying with like the whale watching and stuff.
I want to go to this. Oh, that's all. There we go. Yes.
Eminem.
I love it. I've never been on a catamaran. That'd be cool. Oh, glass. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome, Curtis. That had to be such a great experience overall. Holy cow. You did cool stuff while you're there.
I mean, when you're on vacation, you might as well live it up, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes you only get one vacation every year, so.
So right now, still 13-13, 10 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter
I
of the
on
Denver
TV,
Chargers.
Looking back and forth.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a pretty good deal, Curtis.
Yeah, unless I have Jamadine, count me out. I get really bad seasick.
I found out the secret to being seasick. I'll tell you guys a quick story. On my honeymoon, we were on a cruise, a Caribbean cruise out to the islands. And when we were in St. Thomas, they had one of those big super boats and go really, really fast. Well, we went there and I was fine on the speedboat. But then I got in, I had to wear green because of the sharks. So white sand, blue waters, the clearness I've ever seen water and sand. It was gorgeous. But for some reason, swimming with the green, I don't know, it wasn't with the color. Swimming got me sick as I swam back from the shore to the boat. And so when we got back on the boat, the guy's like, "You're not going to have enough time for Dramamine to take effect." He goes, "Why don't you try some rum?" Okay. This was a mistake because I drank way too much rum. And when we got back to the boat, I was leading us all, about the 60 people that were aboard, to YMCA. So everybody in the docks in the boat on that side could see us because I was drunk as heck. And my wife was so embarrassed because I kept it going after we got off the boat. So that's my tale there of seasickness that John brought up. Mine was cured by rum.
I wish. If I was old enough to drink some rum, maybe it would have saved me from getting sick on the way to the mist. Up in that, well, you've been to Niagara Falls, I'm sure, in your lifetime.
We went to a bachelor party.
Okay, well, the boat that goes up to the falls, it goes what, 5 miles, like 5 miles an hour up to the falls. I got sick on that. My parents said my head was between my legs the whole time. And then when I got off the boat, I yacked. It's just like, for some reason, I just can't do it. And now that I've gotten even older, like a couple weeks ago, I went to Six Flags, went on a roller coaster, and I just got very nauseated, and it was bad. So
cool.
Lalo says, "Thanks to the Titanic, you won't catch me in a boat."
Lalo, something funny to tell you. I was in the theater industry at the time we took our cruise, and Titanic had been out for obviously a while. And the funniest thing was, I said to my wife, I go, "When we get on board this ship, let's see how many people try to get to the front to do that thing where, she's way out here or whatever, right?" First of all, you can't access on that ship. You can't access that area of the thing. It's a crew only area. They cut you off long before you can get up there. But as I asked crew, got my wish. Over 100 people on our cruise within, like, as soon as we pulled away from port, asked if they could do that. And the crew's like, "No, you can't." And I was so right. I just laughed about it. It was so fun. I knew people would try to do that. All right.
Mike was the first one doing it. Is that true?
Let me step out for a minute. John's going to handle a couple of things while I'm gone.
Why, where you going? Okay. I guess we're excusing Mike for a second. I don't know what that was all about. I hope he's all right. But I'm trying to think what we're talking about. There you go. I love being on the ocean and trying to get a fishing guide because me, my dad, Jet. Oh, Curtis, that trip sounds absolutely amazing. I mean, if you're in the deep blue fishing like that, then yeah, definitely, especially up your way, like you could probably do some really hardcore fishing up that way. That'd probably be amazing. And then if you go a little bit farther, you could probably actually do some tuna fishing as well. So I heard the Titanic was not really the Titanic, but the sister ship. I mean, Matt, there's theories about everything. So Yeah, there's theories about a lot of different stuff that the Titanic wasn't really a legit story. That was not like it seemed, but I couldn't tell you the truth behind it because it was over 100 years ago. I mean, unless you can find someone who's on the Titanic, which by nowadays it'd be over 120 years old, then we will never know really the truth. And it sucks. Yeah, tuna fishing is definitely fun. I don't know if you ever watched the Deadliest Catch on TV, but that show is insane. Some of the tuna that they catch out, and I think it's like the Outer Banks, sometimes up in Alaska fishing. Like to do something like that is a very interesting hobby. But if you're on the right boat, you can make a lot of money in the end of the day. So I don't remember where Mike went, but Wicked Tuna, yeah, there you go. Wicked Tuna is another good show, Matt. Deadliest Catch, I think, is the one with the crabs and stuff. They're all kind of the same, but Wicked Tuna is also another really good show. It's on National Geographic, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, Wicked Tuna is a really cool show to watch. So, trying to figure out where Mike went. He just abruptly left. I'm sorry about that. Yep, scared of all the sea creatures. I mean, it's not for everybody, Lou. I will tell you that much. There is a lot of different sea creatures, and I'm sure there's more that we'll never honestly know about because they don't surface. They hide many, many depths behind the ocean. Possible, Matt. I don't know. So, but yeah, there's some sea creatures that you never know exist because the ocean is endless. So, love to catch. I would love to try to go after one season. I remember. Yeah, 50. Like, imagine that making $50,000 for 3 months of work, just fishing on a boat as a career. That would be. Well, I'd probably come back looking like a skeleton because I'd be so sick half the time. But to be able to make that much money in 3 months has to be incredible. Yeah, seasick. Talk about being seasick. Maybe he might need to get his sea legs, as they call it. I never will, but there has been times I've taken Dramamine, put a patch behind my ear, went on a boat for 10, 12 hours, and I was fine. So if I prep myself for it, maybe I'll be lucky enough not to get seasick, but it's definitely not for me. I know a lot of people who like fishing. It's not my cup of tea. I think Mike went to get the rum. Hey, if Mike went to get the rum, more power to him. So drink me some rum, mate. So I don't know. Let's see what the score is real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Still showing highlights of Patrick Surtain locking down Michael Williams all night. 16-13 Denver with 8 minutes and 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So curious to see if San Diego could come back and pull this out, or if both teams go to 3-3. I mean, the AFC West is definitely not the division I thought it was going to be this year, but you still got some playoff caliber teams in there. So we'll see. Let me see if I can text Mike, see if he's coming back. I want. Okay, we need to put the kids to sleep. Love the show. Love what you're doing. Keep going, Curtis. I'm trying my best. We're trying to become a more consistent show where we do a recap show on Monday nights. Even though 2 weeks from tonight we're doing a special Halloween show. Tuesday night's our new trivia night, and Friday is our lovely movie discussion. I'm also open to maybe trying to do a different night and do like a video game segment if people would like to entertain during that show. It's just I'm trying to get on a consistent basis. So thanks for watching. As always, Curtis, it's always appreciated. In lieu to answer your question about the new Halloween movie, I wouldn't say it was horrible. If you're a true Michael Myers fan, yes, you absolutely hated it. But if you can go in with an open mind, it is a different type of movie. It is a more psychological thriller than horror. It's not your typical Michael Myers movie. Mike was telling he didn't like it. I watched it 2 times already. It's not the same as it's not what I was expecting for it to be a last movie. They leave a lot of open-ended questions. So it got scored a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb, which to a movie watcher is absolutely horrible. But it's what they call middle of the road. It could be better, it could be worse. So I wouldn't say it was horrible. It wasn't the best, if that makes sense. But there's some people who absolutely hated it, and I respect them. So depends on how you look at it. So around 4 people watching, appreciate it. So just waiting to see if my co-host comes back on the show. So a lot of people would think they should have stopped. I mean, they should have stopped, but you can't leave open-ended questions. If you want to get rid of a series like Halloween, you have to have a definitive ending, which to some this one did. But then when you look at the theological part of it, they really didn't, because there's a possible hidden curveball that they threw in. So if they build off that, they might do another movie. But if not, this one gave you the closure that you're looking for to the end of the Halloween series. I know going forward, John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis have both stressed that they're not doing any more movies. And John Carpenter's not giving up the script at all. But after he dies, who's to say that they won't try to branch out and maybe try something different? Hey, Mike's back.
Oh. Hey, everybody. I stopped back in. I wanted to make sure I say goodbye to everybody.
Why are you leaving?
I gotta go. I got something I gotta do. It's been a lot of fun though, guys. I'll take care. Yeah, guys, take care. It was a good time talking and going over sports and having some fun. You guys take care.
You have to leave. Lalo was just asking about the Halloween movies. Bye, Mike. So I'll have to figure out what's going on. I don't know if I said something wrong or what. I will find out. Hopefully Mike joins us next time, but I think I should wrap this up as well. It's going on 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like Mike said, it was a fun show tonight. I mean, I'm sorry to everybody who was watching. I got really angry at one point. I apologize. As long as they don't kill it completely like they did with Jason and Jason X. Like that's the problem, Lou. Like a lot of these movies, they're running out of ideas. And Halloween End was done differently than I expected, especially for being the last movie of the series. I mean, you get closure, yes, but you also leave another open-ended question. So it's just be interesting to see what they do. Because, like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter have both been very strong and vocal about not doing any more movies. So, but if you want, we can talk about that more this coming Friday night. I know Friday night movie night this week is supposed to be about Disney. Our next 2 shows are about Disney, actually. The 21st and 28th. And then, like I said, 2 weeks from tonight is Halloween night. So we're going to do a special live show from my friend Trent York, who has a nice Halloween display. And talk horror movies, ghost stories, just to have fun getting the Halloween spirit. Even if it is just for one night. But Lou, if you would like to keep talking about this off the show, feel free to message me. But thanks for hanging out. Curtis, thanks for hanging out. We had Matt hanging out for a while. We had my friend Trey jump in here to show some support. It's been a very fun conversation tonight. Like I said, I apologize for getting aggravated at one point. I just trying to look out for my show. I just don't want the wrong people to get an idea about it. I hope Mike doesn't think I'm mad at him, because I'm not. So, but if you want, we'll be back live tomorrow night, 8:30. We're going to play some trivia tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is our Trivia 2s. We're always looking for new fun people to play trivia with. So if you want to play some trivia, feel free to hop in. But until then, have a good night.